we gonna get on the live. Right?
Well, we live now.
We definitely live now.
Wait, you don't smoke on the live?
I mean, I try not to, fam. I don't be seeing nobody else doing anything illegal on live.
I try not to.
I don't. If it be a pen, I get it, but I don't be having no pen.
Shit, I be smoking on live all the time.
Oh no, I smoke on the live
all the time. Hold on, let me get some people.
I mean, your pen. I ain't never seen you roll up and literally light up on the live.
Yeah, let's say the pen.
Oh no, not that. Yeah, I don't. Because I don't smoke leaf in the house.
I don't even want at the podcast.
But we've been here.
I don't know why. When I'm at home, I usually still don't. Like even when I on Twitch, I don't during any of it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you see me Twitch without no camera, boy, I'm letting that bitch get it lit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the truth. Like before I even decide if I'm gonna use the camera, like what you really want to do today? Like are we twitching or are we playing the game?
Right.
There's
a difference. There's a difference.
If I'm playing the game, let niggas watch me Twitch. I'm not on camera. I'm about to drink, smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to chill. Like, so I'm like, no. That's why I'm like, I'll be trying. I think every blue moon I've definitely smoked. I know we've had a couple episodes that we smoked. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's usually because like when what's the name came in town.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd be like,
bro, y'all see this stuff about Malik Beasley?
No.
What happened?
Bro, I saw him get crossed.
No, fam. He what's happening, Bo? He apparently has been under investigation now because he been throwing games like for gambling.
Oh, I think I just saw
that. Not another one.
They said that he under gambling related to NBA games and prop bets, and now people going back through some of his highlights, both here and in Detroit, and they like, bro, you could kind of see it. He been arrested.
What's good?
He got arrested. He just got arrested.
Yes, though they got his mugshot.
Shut up. Crazy. I knew that nigga was a bum here. I told niggas that shit.
They said, I swear, earlier it was probably like an hour or two ago because I was playing Marvel Rivals, and it was like, no, he under investigation. So for him to get arrested that quickly,
I mean, they got proof
for some shit. That's because, he
cold. Niggas know what they doing. It should be a plenty niggas now getting caught, bro, just because of prize picks and all that, bro. Like niggas out here definitely figuring out how to get their money. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because he really
you bring
nice.
gambling to the public gonna take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
He really nice. Absolutely. So for him to be trash when he was here, that makes sense that he was throwing games.
Right, yeah, somebody this reporter for the he reporter for the Ringer, he was like, I can't speak on it on the current situation, but he said he do know somebody who told him that Malik Beasley went broke playing Blu-ray on the plane when he was in Milwaukee. So maybe there is a pattern of nigga that went broke playing, and so he like, bro, I gotta make some of that money back.
Yeah, he got a real bad gambler problem.
That's crazy.
I ain't never also seen Blu-ray spelt like this. I didn't know what the hell they was talking about for a second. What's happening? I see a couple people in here. You ready to get started, bro?
You said what?
Oh, dude,
yes, sir. All right, y'all ready?
What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm on a delay.
Yes.
I'm on a delay for real.
We going.
Damn, we can't even believe
this is what was happening last week to you, Bacardi. This is how you sounded from the other end.
Is that how I look too? Like
yes.
Like you was a lot more irritated. You was a lot more irritated. You had a little bit more irritation in your face.
Right. You was definitely mad.
You was done. You was like, fuck these niggas. They think this shit funny.
This shit.
I hope he feels it because it start getting in your chest when every time you like bounce back in, you just hear fucking giggling. You know what I'm like
what the fuck is so funny, nigga?
Yeah, nigga. And but it's a delay, so I'll get that out. Niggas still laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like no, man.
As soon as I heard how late he said "What's up" to the people, I was like, "Oh, it's sad."
It's sad. It's over, cuz.
I mean, he said he definitely.
No, I just said it late.
You sure?
Was you just replying?
I just
to
said
me?
what's up late. I didn't say. I just said it late. I just looked. I was trying to get people into it.
All right. Well, on 3, we gonna
so you
start.
Hear us? So you good? Ain't no delay.
We gonna tell from when I count to 3.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
I keep on replying to you. Keep on going in and out. I don't know what else is going on.
So I mean, that's what I was doing. Like I said, you definitely
hold up.
Look, this nigga is frozen.
Damn, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not froze.
Oh, Narian, you froze, bro.
Definitely froze.
I'm not frozen. Just stuck like this.
The tables have turned, my lord. I love the karma when it comes quick.
Well,
I'm gonna make sure to give him a wild ass thumbs up too, like he did when we get good.
Just hopefully we back in the studio next week.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. On 3, we gonna see. 1, 2, 3. Is he waiting? Or
I don't know.
He was
frozen.
His face looks stiff, bro.
No,
he's blinking though.
He's trying to figure it out.
Hey,
Bacardi, lead us in. You got this.
I know I said.
No, I just turned the camera off.
Oh.
Oh, you good? Do we got to count you in again?
No, it keep on buffering.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Are you on the Wi-Fi or are you running a direct connect?
I'm on the Wi-Fi.
You gotta go direct connect.
You should
run direct connect that fucking laptop, boy.
Nigga, I think I've never direct connected the laptop.
That'd be our issue.
I thought we always did direct connected the other laptop.
Bacardi's revenge. Absolutely, bro.
Well, I bring that karma, man.
That's damn near the episode title.
It for sure is.
Bacardi's revenge.
Oh, you make sure you take one of my laughs on this podcast and put it right at the beginning of that motherfucker. Bacardi's revenge. You just put my laugh right after that.
Oh, we appreciate it. It's playing smooth on this end.
Sweet.
Safari TV.
Safari. Deuce is in the camera right now, so we can't say that for 100%.
Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, I think if he go hardwire, he should be straight.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely what he needed to do in the first place.
It's just, especially like the stream itself should be fine because the stream is coming from essentially my computer, and the rest of the 4 of y'all are essentially guests on my stream. I'm hardwired in, so like,
hey, yo.
I don't know if that needed an ayo. Like,
I don't know. It's just the way you do the way you proclaimed it.
Like
the way you proclaimed it.
Like, I said that punch.
I'm all right in. Okay, like, all right, we get it.
I'm just saying,
you in there, fam. You in there. Ain't gonna be no problem on your side. You in there like somewhere.
Hey, but I would like to try and do Wisconsin Horror Fest. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
are we actually going to? Are we going to medieval times, bro?
The fuck?
Oh, the Ren Fair. I want to do that shit too.
It ain't started yet. This next weekend is the first weekend.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it started in June. I thought it already started when we were talking about it.
No, if I remember correctly, it starts July 5th. I thought it started the week.
When did y'all have these conversations?
This was on the road to
Indiana.
Yeah, this is a road trip.
Oh, this what Indiana does today.
Can we roll past the Renaissance?
Right. I was just gonna say that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the first weekend for it is because it's only Saturday, Sundays, and I guess Labor Day. But yeah, so it starts next Saturday.
Y'all bogus are gracefully bowing out of my horror circuit de Soleil. Like niggas didn't even just say no. Like niggas didn't even just say no. I don't want to do it. Like
I ain't gonna hold you. This is how you sounded.
I don't know.
Oh, that was great.
That's perfect.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, no, I was down to go. I thought we was waiting on.
I did too. I forgot. I ain't gonna hold you.
I thought we was waiting on you and how many.
I thought somebody was gonna come back like, hey, so what time we doing this? But all right, on 3, 1, 2. Oh wait, my finger was too hot. That was my. Oh no.
I don't think he was just
it's
paying
still
attention.
glitching on my end.
Oh no! All right, Bacardi, you leading us in on 3. All right, just start.
I can still hear. I can still hear. Just when too many people talk, I don't know what's happening. It starts buffering.
Okay, well, we'll just let you go on 3, 1, 2. Go ahead.
All right. Welcome back to the Geekset podcast, only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. Oh, it's fucked up?
No, you're good.
You good. Keep going.
Keep going. You had it, bro. I'm looking at this.
I need a new one then. Y'all fucked it up.
Yeah. Run it back. Let me run it back.
Go ahead. Take two. On 3, 1, 2.
All right. Welcome back to the Geekset podcast, only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces. With me, I got my man Bacardi Sensei in the building.
What is good, everybody? How are we doing today?
Damn, that is a crazy ass delay. I didn't know it was that delayed. Is that shit? All right, we got Didge in the building.
What is happening, people?
Wait, how come Didge wasn't delayed?
We're just gonna run with it.
I'm so confused. All right, we got Strip in the building.
What's going on, everybody?
And then we got King in the shot.
Yeah, what it do, everybody? How y'all doing?
Oof, the heat killing us.
I'm kind of close. Like the king and Deuces was actually pretty
spot on.
The only one that was delayed based off of responses was Bacardi to me.
I think he just hesitated to say something. He was trying not to lie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense because I was like, damn, if that was the delay, then that's crazy.
I gotta not look at I can't look at it.
Right.
Yeah, the Ditch face was.
We did grab them up. We did grab them up. I'm like, he said, because maybe because he did the boy, he already did the count, like, and then he's like, oh, this nigga.
Boy, and you ain't say shit. He was like,
he gave no. He just wanted all your demise, fam.
Sorry, he was doing good. We were solid with that.
We was solid. We was.
Yeah.
All right, well, shit. We're gonna rock with it, man. How's everybody been, man?
We've been good. We was talking Malik Beasley and his woes earlier.
I know, yeah, bro. That nigga. But who was it? Who was the young cat that they also was trying to get a couple of months back?
Not trying to get
Scary Terry Rozier.
No, that's not the one I was thinking of. They just got. I don't remember Fan's name, but it's Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
Yeah, no, he was first.
Otto Porter.
No, Otto Porter ain't. It's like it started with a J. I was gonna say Jason Porter, but that sounded wrong, so I don't know.
Right. No, he got banned for life. He's already
he got caught. I didn't hear Terry Rozier stuff.
Yeah, Terry Rozier's in the same boat as Malik Beasley. Right?
Oh yeah. Well,
he's
Malik
been
Beasley
prop betting and all that shit. I think he did third party. So
Terry Rozier, Malik Beasley's a little worse. He got arrested today. So if Terry Rozier is walking, he's a little better.
Listen here, Haiku need to come back. This is a perfect opportunity for them to have a new season in Kuriko's basketball or Haiku, like to really go crazy with the sports betting.
Bring gambling to an all-time extreme.
That's crazy.
Why not? It's the perfect storyline. Like, bro, you already shooting the basketball and dunking in Dragon Ball Z level. You might as well throw in the betting in there as well. And go crazy with the people cheating the numbers.
Hey, Terry Rozier, his investigation must not have led to nothing. That man played the rest of the season, so he might have been good.
Yeah, no, he's still under investigation.
Oh, he's still under investigation. Okay,
yeah. But it's it's the thing. It's a third party. Yeah, if they're gonna find him, they got to make that money.
Right,
you innocent until proven guilty.
Right,
like that must mean Malik Beasley. Whatever they investigated, they found ASAP.
See, that's the thing too.
We better put you on. We can take PTO, FMLA. You out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and the thing too though about it, when you think about it, like Malik Beasley probably did like Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, and he did it.
Yeah.
Where they, if that third party shit, they got to get the third party nigga to testify against you. So we can't, like you say, innocent to prove guilty.
Right.
When your dumb ass put them under in your name, under your IP, and man, you dumb. Like they got you.
I mean, yeah, you definitely dumb for that one.
Crazy.
That's definitely crazy. So wait, before we get into this episode, did everybody watch the first 3 episodes of Ironheart?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
Yes,
hope
we
so.
did.
All right, because I do want to make sure that we sound off on that shit, and I do
Hate
want to
that.
talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
I already said I gotta address that in the movie time, fam, because this
Hey,
has
we
been a
can still do that.
diabolical 2 weeks, fam. Oh no, we can talk about it, but I definitely would need to have
has-
my words about that.
Cause fuck it, let's get into it, man. We gonna talk Ironheart.
You want to
And-
start Ironheart first?
Yes, because it's probably gonna take up most of the pod, knowing how we get out from tangents and everything like that.
Let's try not. Let's try not to.
Let's keep it tangent free.
You know what I'm saying? Let's. We got a lot of other things we can cover too. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So first thing first, I want to get everybody's on an Eagle scale 1 through 5. How many Eagles are y'all giving this series so far?
The first 3 episodes.
Yep.
I'll give it a solid 4.
I'm at a 3.5.
I'm with that. You got 3.5? Okay.
I was going between 3.5 and a 4, but I'm gonna just give it a solid 4.
I'm gonna go 3.5. I got some gripes.
I mean,
It ain't got.
Oh, yeah, I still got some
Everybody
gripes.
got gripes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4, a solid 4. It could, on my scale, it could be 4.5.
Ooh.
But that's only episode 2 and 3, not episode 1. So
you out here trying to go viral. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying,
What it do?
when you think about it, the stuff that people have gripes about, if you really process it better, it made the series better. To me. So
I would disagree with that because my major gripe, and I can jump because it has nothing to do with the quality of kind of. Episode 2, I think didn't need to be there. Episode 2 feels like they wanted to they had 6 episodes in mind because the end of episode 1 felt a little too abrupt. Parts of episode 2 felt like they could have been a part of episode 3. So I think because they wanted to have 6 episodes, they took part of episode 1 and 3 and said, we're going to create an episode 2. And that was the most forgettable episode to me. Like, it was still good, but I'm just like, half of this could have been episode 1. And I think
it just feel like it was just a bad cut. Like
yeah,
episode 2.
Like, it's not necessarily the quality.
If 1 to 3 was one segment, the cut felt weird because you're trying to make 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily the quality of the episode because I thought it was still good, but I'm just like, we didn't necessarily need this as an episode on its own.
that was the heist where they did the parking garage,
That's the first
right?
heist. Yeah.
Yeah.
First heist.
But see, that was half the episode almost because it was like then they started going into like the aftermath of the heist, and it was like, well, what is this episode kind of supposed to be?
I think the majority of that episode was like, them really trying to introduce Natalie and get her, exposure to the other people in Riri's life. You know what I mean? And I think that played a big part in how the episode played out.
I definitely looked at that.
That episode was about the acceptance of Natalie.
Yeah.
The first episode was more intro, and kind of like, so the reason why I appreciated it is because we never got a chance to see Jarvis be created and what he came from until we found out how close he was to the family, right? So this was my feeling like that's what they were doing. They were showing you literally how Jarvis was created through that AI because you took it directly from this, the mind of probably Robert or Tony Stark. So that's the only reason why I was like, oh, that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? Even how the mom interacted with it to make it accepted.
No, that scene was sad as a bitch when she was like, "Can you make one up? Can you
But that's what the point was, to get you emotionally understanding. That's how deep.
Do this again.
Right, but think about it. If you just saw this girl die, or you know what I mean, like she's dead, and you was just there for most of her life, nigga. You see this girl pop up on your iPad or your TV, you gonna be like,
"What the?"
And fuck? It's her, and she talking to you, bro. That's emotionally grabbing. Because even when she asked, "Can you make him?" I was like, "Bitch, you better do it. You better." And she was like, "I can't."
Yeah.
Because
see,
she didn't even know how she made Natalie. Like,
Well, and that's why I think that's
on
why
the
they had
side.
the interaction with her and Joe prior to that, when she asked, like, you know, if this was the situation, and they like, well, I mean, ethically, if it came from, you know, the source, it might be all right. So I'm thinking like she probably don't want to put her mom through that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know.
I was on the side of, even if she could, bro, you can't be doing it. This can't be healthy, fam.
No,
This can't be healthy, fam.
Like I feel like what happened in general, like I say, because I mean, she just is a Jarvis. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think whether she was trying to think in a way of Iron Man and having a Jarvis and thinking of this order, like your feelings and everything is still set on your best friend you just lost. So why would you not, in your mind, even though you trying your best to block it, why would you not constantly keep thinking about the perfect partner for you and it's not your best friend?
Yeah, because I mean, she fell asleep thinking about her, and I knew when she fell asleep thinking about her, I was like, "Oh, that's how that happens, right?"
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because
she based
that's
what I didn't like about her. Like, how did this happen? Like,
like you went to sleep thinking about her. That's how that happened.
Yeah,
but see, it was more subconsciously, because remember, she was trying. I think she was trying to make the one from Wakanda, and then because she listened to that mixtape, that gave her the feelings of thinking of Natalie.
Yeah. That's what she was listening to right before she fell asleep, and then like those hearing her voice and that PTSD, you know, brought that shit back. Right. You know, but the last thing you think about is typically what you go to sleep dreaming about. You know, for the most part, as far as your subconscious goes. So once her mind actually took over, that I think, you know, her mind was protecting her. That was the best thing possible for her in that moment, was to give her, you know, that type of partner, because only she would know what she would need, right?
Right. And you got to think too, so like the thing about Natalie was there for majority of her life.
Yeah.
Where she saw her original, you know, pops and mom situation, like bringing in a dad, like the dad, you know, obviously she gonna think probably more about her friend and her mom, and then she'll think about the stepdad. But I think that was like the reason why she was so surprised, like when it was even that image, because she probably subconsciously doesn't even think about it like that anymore, because it's so second nature, you know.
Yeah.
I would say not only that, but even to what Bold is saying here in the comments, like it would be incomplete because, like you said, with Natalie, they essentially grew up together. She knows so much more. It's going to only be what she would remember of her stepdad, like you said.
Yeah.
And so for her mom, that's not going to be the same person that she remembers.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of gaps.
And I think that's why they showed that part of the AI going back through the photos, you know, trying to piece things together, and when they were conversating,
like
that's what I think that was her main focus of. I think that was the beginning of episode 3. Is like, we need to go out, because that way we can fill in those gaps. Even so, and at first I was kind of upset about it that they even went back to the scene of, you know, where she died.
But I thought they were going to make that her lab, though. That's why I was like, okay, smart.
Right.
That's what I thought it was.
It is smart.
But I think that's what it is. They had to tackle that part of it, because even the headphones conversation with her homie, how he like, no, I use those emotions to motivate me. She has to learn that, and I think that was the thing. She never got a chance to grieve, or even do any of this, because mind you, she was
just keep moving forward.
Everything, After that, you got to, was it like not that long ago? So you went to college, you was dealing with the Avengers situation, you was dealing with Wakanda. All of this happened right after this tragic situation. So now you've never even got a chance to go back. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
why I wanted to give Deuces a chance to say something, but I think he is frozen.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I can't even remember where we definitely.
I'm not frozen. I'm just trying to figure this internet shit out.
Okay, well here, let's let you talk, because the internet situation. We just talking our thoughts on Ironheart in general.
Oh, okay. I thought we was at a time. Like, I know we was doing on like our rating. I feel like we tangented from the rating.
We definitely tangented from the rating.
We for sure.
Oh no, this was about the second episode.
Yeah,
yes, because this is
the second episode didn't feel like a complete episode.
Yeah, this is about
right.
So I did.
Go ahead.
So this is. I did want to speak on the second episode. Am I sounding crazy?
Yeah, no, go ahead. You good.
You good.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Okay. The reason why I give it a solid 4 and I'm okay with the second episode is because when you look at how each episode was set up, to me, that second episode needed to be by itself, right? Because you had the first episode of introducing Riri, introducing who she is, you know what I'm saying? And then like her trying to figure out, you know, like laying the foundation of her needing the money to kind of still fuel her ideas, right? You learn that like everything, the suit comes first. That is her goal. She wants to be big, right? So then you got to have that episode where now she's either contradicting her morals or she's being a little bit like, you know, where it's like, all right, I know that this group is sketchy, but they're going like my bigger cost to fund this suit and do what I want to do. Like I'm gonna need this money, and they're offering me an out, right? And then that third episode immediately gets into, you know, consequences of, you know, of her, you know, not following suit or like not listening to her AI, right? So I get what you're saying, Diz. I was like, it was the most forgettable episode, but it needed to be like not every episode is going to be a banger. Like if I was rating each episode, that episode probably would get my solid 3.5 or everything like that.
It was an anchor episode.
What'd you say?
It was an anchor episode. You know, not necessarily something that's going to push the story forward, but something that's going to keep it grounded. Like you said, we needed that moment, those moments in that episode. We might not need it the entire episode, but we needed some of those moments that came out of the episode.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
And I think it was the conversations between her and Natalie that we needed in that episode, because remember how it started off so conflictive. She was just like, "Get away, stay away." Yeah. By the end, she was embracing it. So it was like it's just like the parts of Batman where him and Alfred have to go back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, don't matter. They have to have a scene where they argue and they have to see, you know, Alfred wants him to do something for the betterment, and Batman wants to do it on his own selfish reasons. That's what that was. Like, it just is what it is.
I can dig it.
So did you make your was that because of why you gave it 3.5?
Yeah, so it would have been a solid 4 without that. I did, like I said, I felt like episode 2 was a end of the season created episode. Like this was probably a 5-episode story, and 6 episodes. Granted, the way that they're releasing it, it doesn't matter as much. But I was 6 episodes. You figure that's one more week of getting people to tune in, at least from when they were editing it. Now release schedule done fucked all that up, but
release schedule crazy.
Duh.
Crazy. I like it. I'm not gonna hold you. I like it. I like I like the fact that I don't have to wait to get the end of some stories, right? Because you know, it was kind of a cliffhanger between episode 1 and episode 2, and I really would not have been happy having that, like having to wait to see that reaction for a week and then getting that episode. You know what I mean? So to get that episode back to back.
That's fair, I guess. What were you about to say, Deuces?
Yeah. No, because what I was going to say too is also, I was going to talk about more just some of the things that I did like that day was cooking in for sure, because I wanted to say I like Riri's suit transformations way better than Tony's right now. I ain't even gonna hold you. I realized I like the more practical suit transformations than the nanotech suit transformations. Like that's what I realized. I'm practical over nanotech.
I feel like a lot of people are actually.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they're letting their hate blind them to it, but so many people have been
it's not hate.
No, I'm talking about just in general. So many people have been talking about it for years. Like, man, we need to get the practical suit transformations back. And now that you have it, because it's on Riri instead of Tony, they're like, bro, this just look cheap. This don't look like the last Iron Man ones. And it's like, but this is what you wanted before, right?
Right. No, hated that last Iron Man suits, but then now suddenly her suit ain't adequate enough. Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
I think the only thing I didn't like about it, I feel like they because the practical suit. The reason everybody wanted the practical suit because the nano suit had its own. He was like a side character, and that motherfucker took about 5 minutes of your movie time to get suited up.
Definitely.
And I feel like I feel like even with the practical suit, it's too fast though now. Like she just jump out there. I'm like, damn. It's like,
but
like you really want to kind of see the mechanisms work. Then it just feel like you just kind of like erase the front cover.
But
like,
that's what Nanotech did. Nanotech was it just and now you're in the suit.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Remember, Thanos ripped his face mask off in an instant one came back over for him. Like that's
so
the problem.
You know what it's like? You know what it makes me think of? All right, so as much flack as Transformers get, the one thing Michael Bay got right was how that transformation sounds and looks. Like it just looks dope for them to turn from a car to a robot and a robot back to a car, right? So when I think about the Iron Man suit, and the reason why it could be because of the soundtrack as well, but it's just like nigga, when she jetted out the bunker, bro, that scene was so fucking cold to me. Just the way that she like fell back into the suit and like I don't know, bro. I like the practical transformations way better.
And I get because even like I say, of course, like Iron Man 1, like the Iron Man suit, the original or first, the second and third Iron Man suits were still practical. So it's like I feel like he didn't really. I don't think so I agree with that. Like, even if you were comparing Iron Man suits in just that general, I definitely like the early Iron Man suits.
So yeah, Mach 2, Mach 2, Mach 3 was definitely a practical.
Yeah, Mach 2, yeah. So it's like I get that, but that's why I say even when I look at that as a comparison of how they did the practical for him in 2 and 3, I feel like Reed is just moved. It's just too fast. Like even with it being practical, you kind of saw it come together. Where it's like you saying, Riri just fall back and that motherfucker's gone. It's like, bro, is it going? How does it really fit on you? You're saying like,
but even his later ones, like Mark 3 was the one where he had the briefcase, if I remember correctly.
No, that was 4.
4 was the nanotechnology, I think.
4 was the briefcase, and then the one after that was the complete nanotech.
So 4, because even that one was he put the briefcase down, picked it up, and like now it's going. That was quick. That was very quick. But that was quick. That man put a briefcase down, put his wrist into the briefcase, and the suit came with it.
Yeah, right. That shit was wild.
I mean, but
it still looked dope. It was like it did.
It looked fire. That's my point. Bacardi was saying
it looked like No, I feel like his even in that argument I would give you about Tony's one. I would give you the fact that it had to be quick because it was a briefcase. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
I would expect it to be like a jump on. Like, okay. I didn't know how to bust this bitch out. Like, all right, let's get together real quick.
Yeah.
So that made sense.
And I think, like, for what Bo says, if she did have nanotech, people would have complained that, it was too much tech for her to be having. It's not like she's not the smartest person in the world or anything, but hey, let's hold her to a low standard. But I think the one thing that we're probably forgetting is she probably found a way to optimize, getting in and out of that suit a lot faster than Tony did.
Oh yeah,
true.
Definitely going to Wakanda. You gotta think going to Wakanda. They probably gave her so much because that's what I was thinking too. Is like we forget she's looking for components to make her suit better, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
So I don't think they could start her off at a baseline where
that's her main goal.
Yeah.
At this point. This is like what Mach 4 because we seen her first one and Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, that
we
was
seen
trash.
The one that they gave her. Yeah, we seen the one that they gave her, which was dope, and she didn't get to keep that one. And then
I didn't like the design of that one. Everything
you didn't like the Wakanda one.
I thought Wakanda was doing her dirty because she's an outsider. I was like, Wakanda doing her dirty because she's an outsider.
They gave
and then
you ain't like the Mega Man special. You ain't like the Mega Man X.
The Mega Man special. I fucked with it.
You got the Mega Man X, man.
And my cheering might be my.
I gotta get her beats from the other photos. You can't get this shit.
I think
she's got the sickle Fritz.
I felt like they looked at her like you not taking this back to America on me, fam. We gonna get you B Squad.
That's crazy. I mean, but she didn't get to keep that one though. She got the. Then she got.
I know that's what made it even worse. That's what made it even worse.
Well, they not gonna give you all that vibranium, dog. Like that's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
they busting that shit back down. That's gonna be another somebody else's suit.
Like Riri didn't even know they was fucking with her shit. So absolutely, they're like, we not letting you go back home with none of this shit.
Right. But I also think too, that's what feeds her need for the money too, is because you gotta, bro. Honestly, I would feel played. Right. I didn't grow up a Tony Stark fan. My stepdad did. So I'm just trying to do something for him. I get recruited to help these bums save the world. You know what I mean? From Namor and all his situation. And then I get sent home with just a scholarship.
With nothing.
With just a scholarship, bro. That's
Not
it.
even a.
That's it. She got a 4-year scholarship
minimum. She birthed it, but she did get the like.
No. The reality is she got what she was supposed to get with the grant because she got the suit out of it. But the catch-22 is like, nigga, like you said, I know y'all got quadrillions of dollars, bro. Put me on, like I can help. You know what I'm saying? Hire me.
She is
you're outside.
You're outside,
especially now. M'Baku in charge, he ain't doing that.
Yeah, I mean, Black Power.
And you're a girl.
They definitely understood. You're good.
Like
Black
shout
Power,
out to you, but you
ain't Wakanda.
He would have had the hope. She would have had the hope that Shuri was still in charge. Like when Shuri left, that was all her hopes is gone.
Yeah, Shuri would have kept her on the line. Like I had to accept that and even understand the story because I'm like people use the argument of like why is she not using touch talk calling them or whatever. It's like nigga that whole empire is in the shits right now.
Right. They got other problems.
People ain't following the timeline.
What I would have loved though is if she would have got even like an email or something like they don't got to talk to nobody. But that would have been a really good continuity just to know that she tried to reach out to them. And they like we're in dire straits right now. Like we gotta hit you up later.
Too much going on.
Or even if she saw that or just got a notice of learning that the queen died. Like if she, or no, I mean she was part of that. But I'm just saying like if she would have been really trying to hit them, they was like, look, fam, we thank you for your services, but like we gotta rebuild where we're at now.
But
and then we'll get back to you.
But Riri is also hustling and selling ideas on the low. I feel like she gonna treat the Wakandans kind of like your parents. Like, look, I can't be reaching out to them when I'm doing dirt. Like I respect them way too much to put them into the shit that I'm on.
Right. I mean, and that's why I was hoping we was gonna get any kind of Wakanda connection because that's how they kind of like ran into her already. That would have been great for me to see them early, where they didn't want popped in like, bro, you out here selling ideas. Like, this is not what we sent you here for.
Because to your point of them already doing, bro, still, that's all they go like. Still failed, like you don't need that. Also, both to the point of this, they did that was the prior regime. You got to remember, M'Baku is in charge now.
Yeah, M'Baku is in charge now.
All that's done. He was friends with T'Challa.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
T'Challa gone. So Shuri gone.
People got to really remember that. And like,
so
there's nothing in Wakanda right now, but M'Baku running that.
Yeah, like Shuri Black Panther.
So how are y'all feeling about the hood right now?
I like the fight scenes with the hood. I'm really ready to see like who's behind the hood. You know what I mean? Not like Anthony Ramos, but like who?
I know you're gonna hate it, Dave, but I feel like it's. I feel like it's confirmed.
Like who's pulling the strings, bro? I feel like it should be who it should be, but it might not. It might not.
Let's say
if you Google
it might not be. It might not be.
Google Ironheart the series, and they give you all the actors, and you look at if you look at who's playing Mephisto?
Sacha Baron.
Yeah,
Sacha Baron.
If you look at his name, I'm looking at it right now. It got it underneath him, Mephisto.
Yeah. It makes sense though. It makes sense.
I mean,
especially how he was talking to the hood. I think that was the thing too. Like at first I was like, it's got to be either like a Dormammu or the other guy. You know, it's got to be somebody. But Mephisto makes sense.
Yeah,
he's definitely being like toyed with.
And they've been teasing him for so long.
King said it could be Dormammu as well. Like, so to King's point, in the comics, Ironheart, she does the boots. The hood, the boots, and the cape that he steals is a direct link to Dormammu. So I could see them using him as like maybe he's the underling, like you know what I'm saying, to Mephisto. They could do that. But I'm more leaning on Mephisto, but it's not out of reach to say Dormammu just because of with the comic book origins.
To your point of that though, they could easily be like, all right, like you said, he stole Dormammu's stuff. And Mephisto like, bro, why you got my underling stuff? I gotta take care of this now because clearly,
yeah. That's why I said I'm still more Mephisto.
Like, bro, how you get tricked by Doctor Strange, nigga? Like, you let that.
That's what I'm saying. So he probably Dormammu
the Steppenwolf of Marvel. Like, he just get disrespected every go round.
Yeah, bro. Like, how you let this nigga play you?
That's why I said I can see that'd be a great, even if you gave a back and forth, like you see Dormammu, like, bro, I can't believe this even happened to me. But like in that moment, Mephisto just pops up like, like you said, like,
go ahead, log out for me.
And Dormammu trying to like, I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
log out and go to the break room.
Like, you don't have to really see Mephisto like do anything to nobody like in the main cast. He really just destroys Dormammu or something. Like, bro, I'm not gonna keep.
Well, I feel like his only thing is gonna come back is obviously he's like sort of controlling like the hood. So it's going to be either you continue to do my will or I will take that back from you. I feel like that's the most you're finna get from him.
Yeah, or he fuck around and kill him. You know what I mean? Like, cause I really want to see, because I mean we're getting an idea of how much damage the hood is doing to him, but I don't know why I can't think of his name. I just want to keep calling him Anthony Ramos, but I know
Parker.
Parker.
Yeah. No, they're calling him the Hood now too.
Yeah,
they are. Yeah.
No, so I feel like I want to see. I can't wait to see. What's the real damage? Like they tease it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I also.
I really don't care for him unless I'm just ready for the Hood thing.
What? No, I do because I want to know. Like, I want to know what his true purpose is. Like, obviously, he's going after these tech people. I mean, these tech giants and everything like that. But they haven't really explained what did they do to him yet. And so I do want to get that story on what happened to him that put him on his path. And then I also want to see the MCU origin of the Hood for him. Like, are they going to go with the comics? Did he steal it off of Dormammu? Or did like what happened or how that happened?
They never say how he got it, right? I know he just started with it, but he just never mentioned where.
What was old girl name? What was the fire chick name? What was her name?
Oh, that was Clown.
Clown joked about it when she put the hood on. They was talking when Ryu was asking her like, "What do you know about him?" And she was like, "They said he got his boot." So they used the comics. So they said it. They said he stole it off of a demon. They said they found like so.
Yeah, that's like So but he hasn't said it. So that's what I'm saying.
He hasn't said it.
Right.
No.
So my thing is like, you think they're gonna tie it into like Doctor Strange's movie?
That would be fine.
Because I would think it would be like one of those, like robes that I don't even remember that guy's name, the villain in Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange. Like, I feel like that's probably wherever he would probably get it from, to be honest.
Mordo.
Was it Mordo?
Well, so here's the thing. When just like it is funny, it's funny that Anthony Mackie was the one that really coined this. But we're dealing with the big three again. We're dealing with one of the big three. We're dealing with magic. Yeah. And as of right now, in that realm of magic and everything like that, you kind of always got to link it a little bit either to Doctor Strange or the witches. So it's either or.
Did you see did y'all see the trailer for the next match? That magic looks like Doctor Strange's magic.
Right. It definitely looks like the same.
So it's granted it was red, but it looks very much like his branch of magic.
I must say, and a lot of his magic, it's not a lot, but a decent part of his magic comes from the dark dimension. So like it would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, like, in my fan, like, even though the MCU has this, like, in my fan theory of MCU setup, it's definitely like when we're the character we're trying to think that who they really gonna link Riri to. I feel like it's gonna end up being, even if it just be an appearance, but Strange is gonna make an appearance to kind of kick off where the fuck he been at in this story. Like, I feel like that he's gonna make more of a bigger appearance than I feel like than what we were thinking about her being just recruited to the new Avengers. Right. Like, I feel like that still might happen, but I think Strange is gonna be like the actual bigger person that pops in.
No, I think we get Miss Marvel
in this.
Yeah, because I feel like she gonna try to recruit her to her portion of the Avengers.
Oh, I thought I had Captain Marvel in my head. Miss Marvel do make sense. Yeah. So here's the thing too. That my last two actual final points in regards to this. One, this is why I gave it a 4, is that they made me care about their ragtag group of, you know what I'm saying, their heist crew.
Yeah.
I really enjoy every member of their heist crew.
Except
I
John.
want to know more about it and everything like that. And then 2,
Except John.
John was a bitch.
Except John, yeah.
Damn, y'all just throw John under the bus. He the cousin.
Right, before everything hit the fan, I was cool with John.
Right. I wasn't, except John.
Yeah.
John was trash from the beginning.
John had the sister crew, nigga. Like, you got motherfuckers just partying and bullshitting, bro.
John talked too much shit to not be able to back any of that up. Bro had a knife. I ain't respect him from the jump.
Damn, no, really, he wins with the knife. He crazy with the knife.
Bro, he was cold with the knife.
Didn't care.
He was bullseye.
And then
so why you back here with me then?
This is why I gave it a solid 4 for me, is that right now I'm enjoying it so much that I really don't even care if it connect right now yet. And y'all know I've been high on the everything needs to connect, and right now I'm just like, yo, this story, I just like this story. I like the world that they build in, and I was like, even if this doesn't connect directly to the next, remember before this came out, we was saying we need to see how this is going to connect to Doomsday and everything, and right now I'm not saying those same sentiments. If this does not connect straight to Fantastic Four or Doomsday, I would not be upset. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Well, to your help, a word is it has high ramifications for what's moving forward.
I know it does, but I'm just saying if it didn't, I would have still been okay.
But how it plays into it, because it low key already plays into Fantastic Four in a way that, you know, probably going over a lot of people's head. Dr. Doom is the perfect balance of magic and science and magic and tech. You know what I mean? And that the next batch of episodes is going to give us that balance.
That technical, what do they call it? Magic technical. I forgot what they said.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So even his hood is something like what Dr. Doom wears.
Yeah.
Hold on, Doug wasn't finished though. Hold on.
But no, I just, you know, I'm just saying that in itself is a really good way to them to have it, you know, stretched to the bigger universe. And I don't know, I really don't care whether or not, you know, this 6 episodes matches up with the next 2 movies. I just like that they're giving us a chance to get a deeper backstory for Riri, and it's not having to do a whole movie.
Yeah. So I was gonna say let's theorize before we get out off of Ironheart. How do y'all think this series ends? So I'll go because I already got mine in my head on what I think, and this is a Hail Mary. This is my Hail Mary of what it thinks, because I'm on this. So I've been trying to figure out and about the whole Tony Stark situation in Doom, right? And knowing that Vision Quest is going to have all the AIs in actual physical form, and then seeing what Riri did with Natalie, right? To me now, I was like, oh, this is opening up the door there where I can see a version of Tony Stark where Tony Stark did the exact same thing Riri did, you know, and his last ditch effort before he snapped was he created himself an AI of himself, fully autonomous, fully aware, and everything like that. And then that AI went rogue, and that AI that went rogue is actually Dr. Doom. And that's why that Dr. Doom looks like Tony. And so my Hail Mary of an ending episode is that it's actually Dr. Doom that is behind a lot of this shit, and that Riri gets that reveal, like, wait a minute, I thought you was dead, and then she actually sees Tony Stark or Dr. Doom, and that's my Hail Mary of a ending.
I actually had a piece of that in my theory that I feel like
what would make go ahead. Sorry, I was just gonna say before you go into your theory, what makes that interesting is in the comics, her first AI is Tony Stark.
Yeah. Her AI is Tony in the comics. So that's why when I saw her, when, like I said, she subconsciously made Natalie, and how Natalie is like her, that AI is way different from all the other AIs. And I was
Natalie's
like,
my favorite AI.
I can see Tony, like I said, he's too cocky. Like, I get it. His whole arc in the Infinity Sagas and everything like that was him realizing that there was a bigger purpose, and that snap was supposed to be so much powerful. But also, it's Tony, and I can see Tony Stark like, but before I go, wait a minute, let me upload me, because ain't nobody as smart as me real quick. So let me make this real quick, And I can.
That
So
would be really that would be really intriguing. But go ahead, Bacardi.
Be really Tony.
I'm gonna like mine was kind of in the same realm because when we theorized Doomsday and in some way we were thinking that of course we were thinking that when Tony Stark's gonna be Doomsday, gonna be Dr. Doom, and he comes back and everybody gonna be like, be more tripping because they like realizing that it's not him, but it is. You'll say like they know it's him, but I feel like Riri, because she really doesn't have a connection with him, it's like that would be the like it would be the same story about Dr. Doom coming like I can help you save and do whatever if you work with me, but she's doing it with Riri instead of like just the idea of and I could but it goes with what Deuce was saying about the AI. Like if she's actually if she creates the AI or another AI or something like that, and that's how Tony comes, I can see that one being the rogue, and then I can see how that even would kick off. If that happens in the season, that'd be crazy. That would make me believe that this would link to Fantastic Four in the sense that this Tony leaves to go mess with them.
So what's crazy about that? Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say before somebody else get their next theory, just one last thing that I was thinking about. And I know we like, man, Robert Downey Jr., that nigga, dog. He keep on calling Riri and everything like that. But it's like, oh, wait a minute. Why are you so connected to this?
Well, Iron Man to the Ironheart is the on paper.
I'm just saying, but he ain't got nothing to do with the series right now.
So what I was going to say is what makes both of these theories crazy, and if they are linking to Fantastic Four, is this was shot in 2022. That would mean they've been sitting on that thought, unless they did reshoots. I haven't heard anything about reshoots recently before it premiered. That means they would have filmed all of that in 2022. That's the only thing that would give me pause about that.
I mean, and I would think that would throw away because I mean they had Kane and all other shit going on.
So that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that gives me pause about that theory.
So, but what I do want to put like what I was saying about even with Strange not being a play in it is I feel like Riri in a sense is playing a part. Like I feel like Doomsday, like I said before, is setting up all the ground level people. Like they haven't really introduced anybody who's like of extreme being. So a lot of like ground level people are so far being shown in for Doomsday. But like I said, we don't have anybody that's set up the group that's going to be working with Strange yet. I feel like that's how they like when you think about how they introduced Spider-Man, even though he had his movie afterward, but they brought him in like fuck with the Avengers real quick, do some shit with the, you know what I'm saying? But it's like instead, so I think in our mind where we thinking that she gonna fuck with the Avengers, Strange gonna recruit her, and she gonna dip for a second with Strange, and then that can, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's really like because now we need to know what the fuck going on with Strange, you know what I'm saying? Like so if we do get another, instead of us getting another, of course we probably never get an Ironheart movie. We get a Strange movie that got Riri with him.
Well, we know another Doctor Strange movie is coming. That's already right. They've already announced that.
Yeah.
But I was also wrong. They did do additional photography last year, February to April, and that would have been right before Comic-Con, and they would have announced that Robert Downey Jr. was Doom, which means if they filmed it then. That would have been the time to do that. So it's even more plausible now.
Mm-hmm. All right, Didge, what's your theory, Didge?
So I was going the Mephisto route. I think obviously, everything speaks to that. It's sort of he's the one pulling the strings behind all of this. To where it links to Fantastic Four and Doomsday, that's sort of where I still kind of don't know. I think this was more so establishing the fact that what we already knew, that everything that's happening in the MCU, there is still this whole mysticism and magical part that can be an issue, like sort of laying the groundwork for future, just even beyond the next couple of Avenger films.
But I mean, I feel like that's Strange. So, like, I feel like we have to find something. We haven't had anything.
Well, Strange is supposedly in the dark dimension. That's the crazy part. Remember, he left at the end of Multiverse of Madness because Charlize Theron's character, what was it, Clea, she pulled up and said, I need you to come in to help investigate this.
Right. I mean, that's what I feel like that even in that moment of investigating what you just said, it could be the missing hood. Like, it could be
it was for the insurgents.
Yo, that's right. No, it was for the incursion.
incursions. Sorry, this is
incursions.
But to fit both of those, the missing gotta think if there's we're in with this theory, if there's an AI Tony Dr. Doom running around and he's trying to build minions, so he steals Dr. Doom. I mean, Dr. Doom running around and he steals this hood and gives it to old boy. Like it's still you causing an incursion because you doing shit from other dimensions that you ain't supposed to be doing.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. That's what I said. I feel like for me, Strange is going to be the major pop up in this episode, where they were in the season. Because I feel like Strange would pop in because like I said, even if the hood and everything is related to Dormammu and all that, where he's already faced, then he's already aware. Like, bro, I didn't know his shit still roaming Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to go get his hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can see there wouldn't be nobody else I can see popping up other than Mephisto to get the hood back.
Or Wong.
So even if
Wong could pop up.
Wong, I mean, we always said Wong, but I said Wong would only be comic relief. There's no seriousness in him getting it. So it wouldn't place Riri nowhere in the story.
You know but it does. It purely I don't know if this is where King is going with it. It purely puts it on, the Masters of Mystical Arts are looking at what you have done. Especially because again, just looking at the previews, her new suit is infused with magic or somehow it looks like.
Yeah, because she got the hood.
Where I'm
is that what I didn't?
Yeah, I was gonna say actually, it does lead to where my theory goes.
All right, let's go to your theory, King.
So the fact that Shang-Chi, and at the end of I think it was somebody's movie, they had Shang-Chi's bangles, and then Miss Marvel's bangles and his rings. Like, I really believe that that's what they've been investigating. How can they infuse these objects with magic, right? And I think that's where they're going to lead to, because, like you said, with Doctor Strange kind of being in the dark, zone or whatever, he could be the reason why the voices or whatever is talking to Hood to, sabotage things here and there in our plane, where Wong is here investigating it and he's going to need Riri's help. That's where I kind of think it's all going to lead to, because it has to set up for Doctor Strange. Not for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it's that Stranger.
Yeah, because when they're using magic, and even her line, we gotta use magic, against magic. I really don't. I there may be some signs of like y'all's theory with Tony Stark and all that. It might be signs there, but I also feel like it's gonna be more leaning towards Doctor Strange than the actual.
Because I feel what I do feel like they have been pointed out is that, which we don't know yet, is we don't know what the effect the magic on the suit is going to have on Natalie.
Right. I feel like that's what the AI does. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then that kind of leads into kind of like what King was talking about, even in general, because like I said, with the powers of the suit, if they're just now trying to figure out, or they've been experimenting on and working on infusing, tech with magic, that's the one thing that, again, that we really don't know is long-term effect on anybody in general, right? So it's like if Dr. Doom is building his, building his army, building it for Doomsday, and he's like his thing is, I can infuse whatever y'all got with magic. That's going to corrupt so many people's minds. So that's what's going to really cause the real battle world, because now you're like, all right, we got this half magic users, this half actual heroes. We got to fight. Like, we don't know what's going to happen there.
I think. I think Trip the only one to have to still give his. I was reading that too. I was
reading Bo's message.
Yeah, let me pull it up so that way everybody else can see it.
But not well. I think the hood gives us Mephisto, right? I think that's how we get Mephisto into this universe, and he's the small big bad before we get to Dr. Doom, and him and Dr. Doom become like a thing for a little bit. I really think a low key surprise might be Sebastian Stan turning out to actually be evil after fighting that shit for so long.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? I think him, and he brings another element of surprise towards the end of the episode, and it ends. I feel like
didn't talk about him at all, Zeke.
Yeah, I call him Sebastian. Yeah, Zeke Stain. And then somehow we get Miss Marvel at the end to, hey Riri, I see what you've been doing. I got this idea of this group of young Avengers I'm putting together. I'd like you to be the part of it.
So that I think could happen even in this vein of everything else, because I feel like that'll be a post credit to let you know that, hey, we are still putting together a Young Avengers type thing.
Yeah.
So that that I wouldn't count that as, oh, who's the person that's going to show up. So I can show what Deuce's question was, just because I feel like that's almost a given because they're going to want to showcase that.
Yeah.
And I think Ezekiel he'll be her nemesis. Because I feel like it's just like how Tony had, dude. I think that's gonna be.
I'm here for it.
Oh wait, is he? Yeah,
he might be
Super Blade. Yeah, but I think that was the whole point of the implant. Like I think there's symbolism of, her knowing he is what he's working on. That's gonna be like their fight later on. She gonna use that against him. You know what I mean? Because she knows that he's imbalanced from all the trauma of his dad and what he's fighting. And think about it, their relationship is literally like a Tony Stark situation with Obadiah. You know what I mean? We're using each other. We're not necessarily friends, but we're only doing this because we both know each other's dirty secrets.
The backfire already is going to be because of the case.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he finna go to jail. Like, nigga, you about to go to jail. When white folks go to jail. When white folks go to jail,
you about to go to jail, nigga. You about to be locked up.
When I saw that pen pick up that motherfucking piece of layer,
right?
I said, oh, you about to go to jail, white boy.
And that was my thing too. Is like dependent on the opening of the next episode, that's going to dictate their relationship. Whether her and Natalie we need to go get that and fix this, or we just need to say fuck dude. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be what dictates
also
his mental capacity for what he gonna do for her.
Yeah.
And it also what jail is he gonna go to? Because he's technically cybernetic. Like when they pick him up, they're gonna see
send him to the Ark.
Yeah, they might go the damage control.
Man, that'd be crazy, bro. But he's also a billionaire, low key selling black market parts, bro. So he's a criminal too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we can't look at him and go.
They might try to. I was gonna say that they might try to grab him and use him instead of like sending them. They might be like, "Yo, we need to use you so we can build some shit and we can do some other shit."
Well, that would be Sword. I don't know if they back on Earth. Damage control, the people from Miss Marvel and like the ones from Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
They gonna be the ones that gonna come and get them. And I don't know if they were trying to create like weapons still.
But so like I said, I am interested to see what they do with his, because like I said, because in the comics he is a villain, so so it's like he can either be a villain or they can change it up for the MCU.
Yeah, he might be a red herring.
Oh, he's definitely a villain, bro. I mean, if you look at that movie, just tropes, he fits all of it, bro. Like,
and I don't
want him to be. It would make sense. When he first came on, I did, and then as the show went on, I was like, all right, I kind of rock with him.
Set up though. It was set up though, because like I said, it was so many things are obvious. Like I said, when he kept saying like, "Please don't get me in trouble."
Yeah,
please don't do
that.
Right.
You can't get this. Like, you can't do this. Like
you know what she's doing. Like
it would make sense for him to end up being her biggest nemesis, and she basically created him.
Right.
But
he
was a pushover. He was a pushover when she got to him. True. And now she told him to stand up for himself, and then that kind of ignited that creativity in him. So it's like anything that happens after this, she put that seed there.
Mm-hmm. He about to fight. That boy about to fight.
Man.
He could have definitely give her that call, like, you are about to tell them what the fuck you been doing, or I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not gonna go to jail for you. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
here's the thing. I don't even think he's gonna do that. Because remember, the first thing that he said to her when she realized who he was like, look, I'm trying not to be the Ironmonger, but here you are with that same Iron Man fucking energy. And so I feel like he's gonna be like, see, always an Iron nigga, always an Iron nigga fucking up shit.
Y'all assuming he gonna go to jail. Like that might be the flip. Like when they come to try to arrest him, and he like, y'all all gotta go. Now I am gone. I'm on the run because they don't know where his bunker is. Remember, they gonna show up at his house. So
yeah, I mean, yeah,
he takes whoever comes to try to arrest him, and then goes to his area.
I think what we are gonna see though is the fact that he been bullshitting. Like he's been using that shit down there. You know what I'm saying? Like when they find out if he get the alarm at the house, like that's why I think we're gonna realize how like he's not as
innocent as he seems.
Oh, I disagree.
I disagree. Like the alarm go off. I think the alarm goes off at the house. He gets alerted to bunker. You start seeing doors flip up and shit like that. You're like, oh, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And you go like,
here's where I disagree. And like I said, which I'm not like disagreeing with like I think that's a bad. I'm just more so I think that the way that they set him up is like I feel like he's going to be on the run. He's going to do exactly what you said, but I feel like it's going to be some. All right, let me finally touch this shit and put it together and really go. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's been faking. I think that he really is. He really hasn't been on shit. Yeah. I feel like so I don't think that he's already been tinkering. I think that he's just been like you said, collecting, building, but I don't think he's ever was out in the field with any of his shit. And so now he's going to be like, all right, fuck it. Riri told me to touch this shit. I'm going to do it. And I think it's going to be that type of moment.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be. I feel like he did it before. Like I feel like what we might in my mind. I feel like he didn't touch it after what's his name died. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those. Like I've been chilling on this. Like you're not gonna tell me you ain't never touched.
Like he probably had been working with Obadiah. Yeah. And then when Obadiah died,
and that's why he even got interested.
How old was he when Obadiah died?
I don't know how old he is in the series.
Yeah, he's 38. I think he said
36 or
so. Then 36, he had to be an adult at least because it ain't been.
Okay. Then I do agree with that. I agree. He probably stopped as soon as Obadiah died.
Yeah,
and he realized who his dad was. Yeah. Once he realized who his dad was, he ain't touched that shit.
Oh, I believe he got a whole suit. I believe he has a whole suit.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Because this is the thing, right? He the way he thinks about it, this man been selling off parts that she needs. So that means he's been had an abundance of these.
Damn, that is crazy.
So
that is crazy.
The reality is he probably got a whole prototype suit like the one Obadiah had, and he just like, I didn't want to revert to this. That's why I was really trying to be a good guy and a pacifist, but it's always been in me to go crazy. And nigga, I think the first thing he gonna do is put that suit on and blow that neighbor house up.
Ooh, wait a minute. What if what King said? What if it's actually in him? Because remember, his whole thing was he didn't like the iron suits. He said it needs to be synthetic. So what if we were seeing the end part of him actually installing that shit where he can turn himself to the iron suit and turn himself back to his human form? Because that's what he was working on. He was working on putting.
That is crazy.
But that's think about it. That's where he was at. He wanted
human transformer is disgusting, dog.
Nigga, make your skin just iron solid. Like that was his whole thing. That's why he was like a metal stomach. So you got to worry about this, and you can have replaceable skin, replaceable teeth. He's gonna turn himself into like an Iron Man.
Literal.
Nigga.
I mean, I get that. But I think it's like you're gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Going crazy.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, we'll come back next week with our thoughts on the finales and everything like that. I did want to talk about. We did get some crazy casting shit. It looks like 50 Cent gonna be in the live action Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's wild. That cast so far is crazy.
Yeah,
are we serious?
Yeah,
Wait,
Andrew Schultz is gonna be in there. Like that's wow.
Oh boy, they got old boy from what's the Bruce Lee show?
Oh, Andrew Koji. That's what you talking
Andrew
about.
Koji. Nice. Yeah, he gonna be Ryu.
Yeah, I saw that. I'll fuck with that.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to find the full.
I feel like
they got Jason Momoa in there. He gonna be
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz is Dave, right? Ain't that his name?
Yeah,
I think so.
Dan.
Oh, they got Alan Richardson.
They got Jason Momoa in there as Blanca.
Nigga, they got Winston Duke.
And then they got
that
Roman Reigns.
I ain't heard Winston Duke one.
Was it Akuma?
Yeah.
Who was Akuma again?
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
No, King was saying something about Winston Duke. I didn't hear the Winston Duke one. That one might be a rumor.
I don't really like that one. The Roman Reigns as Akuma.
I ain't gonna hold you. This entire cast list, everything that we've heard so far, has felt like they were going random bullshit. Let's go.
Hey, low key, like when I saw 50 Cent, I'm like, you know what? What are we doing here?
I respected 50 Cent. I was fine with that. I mean, that's Balrog is a nigga. So I mean, he was a Vegas nigga,
that,
like Vegas boxer. Like
there was nobody else.
I mean, do you remember Balrog? Like, bro, the other Balrog, this is a step up from the first Balrog.
Man, he wasn't that bad. The black dude, he wasn't that bad. He didn't look like Balrog.
Wait, that wasn't old boy from Juwanna Man that played. Who did he play? In Street Fighter.
DJ. He was DJ.
Oh, he was DJ. He was DJ.
But remember, he never fought. So, he was just the computer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That nigga didn't know no cap.
Why don't you like Bacardi? Why don't you like Michael Clark Duncan?
I just don't feel like
Michael Clark Duncan.
You said who was Michael Clark Duncan?
We talking about Balrog. I said 50 Cent ain't no Michael Clark Duncan. That's what was like.
That's unnecessary. But but he gonna have more.
But wait, I want to know why Bacardi don't think Roman Reigns.
I just don't fit the look though. I don't like the look. I don't think he fits the look. And I feel like Akuma was, for one, Akuma was of more Japanese descent. And just like, with them picking with Ryu, I'm fine with that. But I just feel like Roman Reigns at that point, you just picked the nigga to be a bigger nigga to be Akuma. Like, that's how I mean. It's just the look in general. It's just the look thing. I feel like he doesn't. I feel like
Pacific Island.
Right. I was gonna say it's not the same region.
And I feel like it was also like he just fits. I feel like when you start using like wrestlers and they kind of like you not finna do no martial, like you finna do some martial arts. Like you got a black, like what am I missing?
He might.
Whoa, we can't.
Are you? I was gonna say, are you stereotyping wrestlers like they can't?
I'm not stereotyping.
Batista killing it right now, G.
Yeah.
As what? What you talking
He's
about?
showing range.
As an actor, bro. Did you see the trailer for the Rock getting into his thespian bag? He finna do that.
That shit crazy.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, I don't got nothing against everybody who can't do martial arts. I ain't got nothing against everybody who's been making a career of themselves as it is. I haven't really seen Roman Reigns do anything but wrestle. So like I feel like
he got small roles, but this is he's made it known that he wants to transition out of wrestling into acting. So I think this is going to showcase what he can actually do. I think he does a really good job at that anyway, at showcasing his character work. Because Tribal Chief is probably the best character on TV that they've had in the last decade. So.
And how much acting do you really need to portray Akuma, bro?
That was also true.
Bro, you just got to be menacing and evil as shit, and have a dialogue. It's not like he's gonna be the story.
I ain't heard him say much more than radio stuff. I ain't gonna hold.
That's it. It's Akuma, nigga. He don't need to talk.
As long as
that's my thing. That if you gonna make unless you try to be canon accurate, then fine. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they probably are. I don't see Akuma being like Akuma, not the star of this movie.
He's not gonna have
Akuma. Listen, Akuma has always been a storyline to the Ken and Ryu saga. That's it. That is nigga. He is not the main villain. They just make him look like that because Ryu is the face of the game. But Akuma is like a backstory.
That would get the most discussion.
That's weird.
I didn't think this would have been the casting that is going to get the most discussion.
We
didn't even get to old girl who playing Chun-Li. She definitely didn't get on leg day.
She didn't get on leg day.
We didn't even get to her.
What I wanted to say though, like this cast is really like you did. It's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. They really were like just random bullshit here.
It's just star power. It's like literally star power.
To go from it's really star, and it's the most random. That's why I said it's like. I'm not gonna be against Roman Reigns being Akuma.
Yes, you are.
It's not like you are.
but I had to really take it back now because that's the reason I was even had a weird thing is the reason I'm not weird about 50 because I know you're not gonna be giving me a Oscar winning performance, bro. You 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
They got Alan Rickson as Guile though. Like that's gonna be a funny.
That's gonna be crazy. I like it though, because him as Reacher he's damn near like a guy.
So that's gonna be good.
Real straightforward.
You can only go better than Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile. So
whoa. Okay, we will not have any Jean-Claude slander. First of all, he was on heavy cocaine.
You 100% right.
He was on heavy cocaine, and that's why he did not do a great job. That was not his fault.
That's like a Jean-Claude Van Damme fault. That's not like a Jean-Claude Van Damme issue.
No, it's the cocaine's fault. It shouldn't have been so good. All right. Jean-Claude is a national treasure. All right.
He is.
He owns the 80s and the 90s. Hands down.
What national?
Oh, no, I agree.
American national?
What France, nigga, you know who I'm talking about.
What nation's treasure are we talking?
I mean, a little bit of America. Him and Jackie Chan, they adopted sons of America. So we're not finna do this. You just too young. You don't understand.
No, so I'm saying, I love Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, but his Guile, I'm not. That was a blemish on his actions.
Right.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that to John, man. All them moves was authentic, boy. That pick was authentic. That was
authentic.
That
was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Wasn't no stunt double. Even off the cocaine, he's like, I can do it.
Nigga, give me a running start. I'm gonna clear across this whole thing. And he did.
That's what made him go crazy.
Yeah, so this is the full roster so far.
Why is fam in this mask?
Why did they do
that? What I don't
like. You couldn't find a better.
I don't know why he's in that mask.
Like you could.
Every picture that I saw, of the cast used that same picture. I don't know why. So nobody's using a better picture than that picture.
I got a question. Are we sure that Jason Momoa is not playing Akuma and Roman Reigns isn't playing Blanca? Because that probably
they got Roman Reigns is playing
Akuma.
Yeah.
I guess.
He definitely I definitely saw that. What's the name? Momoa is playing Blanca. I didn't like that either. That's why I said, okay, he been doing Minecraft, so he's doing what the fuck he wants to anyway. I gotta let that. I gotta let that go. That's just how fam be deuces.
Every picture I've seen, I googled his name now, and every picture fam is in a mask.
Maybe he's a luchador.
Absolutely. What are you talking about? What's this nigga name?
Orville Peck, bro. I googled his name and went to Google Images. Every picture is in a different mask. Like nigga got a mask with like tassels on
it. Zorro for real.
Bro, this is the wildest thing.
Hey, what if that's how he got the role? They like, nigga, you already got the mask. We might as well put you in another mask.
Go mask for mask.
That's crazy. I never heard of this man.
I didn't know he was a musician.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I'm just glad they didn't get Bad Bunny to do it.
Oh my! The fact that Maz looks so sick.
This is wild.
That's crazy. He's rocking the R. Kelly.
He is.
Hey, bro got
everywhere.
Got the stereotypical super.
And you giving me
mask before you get the money.
That's the mask you get at Party City. That's why I was like, I really hope it's not something cultural because I feel so bad.
Bro, out here looking like Zorro.
No, he stepped it up. He got plenty of masks, nigga. This nigga got a mask that got pretties hanging down the bottom of that motherfucker like it's a beard. Like, bro. Oh no,
bro. About to cut a Z in somebody's chest.
Like, that's a wild business, man. I didn't know
this casting is crazy.
Hey, I'm like,
the casting is bananas.
No expectation.
But outside, okay, so we looked at the casting. Right? I mean, are y'all here for another Street Fighter?
I'm always here for another Street Fighter movie.
I love the video game movies. I'm always watching video game movies.
I didn't see a casting for Bison. Did y'all?
They said rumors that it might be Walter Goggins. I think. Let me double check that.
Winston.
I mean, what I'm mad about is the fact that
Goggins is Bison. I'm here for that.
He ain't that big though, Pauls. He's like a smaller guy. You know what I mean? A frail male.
They all, like I said, I think what always makes me like, even with the first Street Fighter.
Crazy. Yo, what up, Striper?
Like the first Street Fighter was good, like, you know, in its own way, but it's like you can't mimic how Capcom made their characters. Like, everybody ain't muscle. So it's like even looking at Ryu and Kid and everybody's like, bro, y'all don't look like the game though. Like y'all can have baggy fucking geek like keys, like, you know, the karate geese on. Like I don't really like
bitch.
Right.
Like, you know,
look like
y'all.
They're gonna look like the Ken and Ryu from the first one, from that one, from the original.
Hey, Andrew Koji, his is gonna be fine.
I was gonna say, yeah, he played was it Bruce Lee?
He is a true martial artist. No, he played. It was in Warrior, so it was a story that Bruce Lee wanted to do.
That he wanted to be in. Like he played.
Well, and he was Storm Shadow. He was Storm Shadow in whatever the goddamn show. We were just talking about it.
One of the G.I.
Joe.
I don't remember which G.I. Joe
Snake Eyes.
it was.
It's Snake Eyes. He was.
Okay.
I'm not putting it past the family fight.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like when you
fitting the character. I think he can fit the character. Yeah, he can look like a Ryu.
Like how we said about Bison is like you're not gonna really, you ain't gonna get nobody. Like bro, Fam who played Bison, I'm still happy that Fam played Bison.
So it is. So I was right. Right now, whatsoever. The rumors are Walter Goggins.
But it's like the problem I have with Street Fighter, and that's why I feel like they're doing the same thing, is when compared to watching the cartoons and like the animation they made for them, none of the Street Fighter movies so far is serious. Like shit is not serious, fam. Like
that's why we love anime, because you can't make that type of depiction real life most times because you don't have the people. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to go find bodybuilders or physical athletes that can learn like nigga fighting styles. Like you know what I'm saying? Like not just karate. You gotta learn a nigga whole fighting style, and that's not the same. So I get it. I get why they do it. I don't look at it that serious. Like that's the one thing I'll say this about live. We have got to, as a society, we got to stop judging these live action movies like they're the comics or like they're the anime. Nigga, we doing what we can. Like
we're doing what we can. It's crazy.
We're doing the best with what we got, especially if.
Well, hold on.
So you giving Dragon Ball? You giving Dragon Ball that back?
Whoa! Let me be clear. So Dragon Ball is different because they was trying to go against the grain. Like they were really tripping with Dragon Ball. But I'm thinking they
were doing what they could, I guess.
No. Look at Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist did what they could. Cowboy Bebop did what they could. Fucking what's the One Piece?
They could have did more.
Did what they could. Like these are good. These are good live action.
But hold on, King.
Wait, what was the first two? Hold on. What was the first two?
Full Metal Alchemist and not One Piece.
I don't think I saw the Full Metal Alchemist.
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. I would disagree. They could have did better.
So my only pushback, King, is that, and I get what you're saying. Like it doesn't have to be 1v1 to the comic. So I think that when I started saying like the movies is whatever the director's run of whatever comic, whatever like that. Once I started having that mindset, I was able to enjoy them more, right? Because I started off, I was definitely, this is not like the comic, this is not like the comic, it's not like this, right? But even then, like I said, it doesn't have to be super serious. But you can, like I said, what Marvel has showed us is that you can take something campy, you can take something like the MCU and DC. They showed us that you can take stuff and still do a different retelling, but handle it with some type of care. There's certain things in the lore that needs to be that still like don't take liberties with that. There's certain things that just like this is going to be silly no matter what, so we got to keep it silly. But like I said, there is different things where it's like, you can do what you can, but also keep it, you know what I'm saying? Keep it as good as you can. Like, like do what you're working with, but also like, handle it with care. Like show that like you are actually interested in the IP. Don't just do something for the sake of doing it.
But that's the unfairness of judging things compared to Marvel. Because Marvel got Disney money and they're uber rich, bro. So if I agree. You know what I mean? Like that's just the reality. So you're doing what you can.
This got Capcom money.
Nigga, Capcom just got kicked out their own game. Marvel was like, F you niggas, we gonna do our own thing.
Before we get too far,
Capcom ain't gave me a good Resident Evil yet for me to even believe in a Street Fighter.
Resident Evil. I was gonna say these games have been great. Before we get too far from it, Bo did ask earlier who is the director. It is Kitao Sakurai. He did Twisted Metal. That was the last thing that he did.
Ooh. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense then. Hey. It's not going to be serious at all.
I like Twisted Metal.
Wait, Bacardi, what type of Street Fighter do you want, bro?
I be wanting some, like, because even when you think about, bro, when you
I want to bring this question up again because this is the second time you said, "Is it serious?" Like it's.
That's what I'm asking. No, what type of Street Fighter do we want?
I'm based like I base it off, and I'm not trying to say it gotta be one of that too. But I'm like, if you watch the actual cartoons of Street Fighter, like those are serious. They're actually a more serious story. Like they're definitely trying to topple Bison in the whole shadow, like his whole organization, and that's why everybody's all of these people in it. And they did it with the movie a little bit. They kind of did it with the movie.
Yeah,
you talking about in the Chun-Li movie or the the
Street Fighter.
The Street Fighter.
No, it's Street Fighter. No, hear me out. It's Street Fighter that had the Chun-Li and all that stuff situation. But then there's a Chun-Li movie that was a Street Fighter movie.
They was trying to do like Wolverine Origins type shit. They was going to do a whole bunch of like, they was going to do Chun-Li and this and
But I mean, like I said, if you think about when it comes to the animations of Street Fighter, it's always directed in a more serious tone. It's damn near a fighting crime drama.
Yeah, I got a question. But hold on,
I ain't gonna like need a fighting crime drama. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, it is.
That might hurt my end
because it's always like there's always interactions between Gayu and Chun-Li, and they're always trying to find Ryu, and it's always like, how can we take down Bison from 3 different ways?
But it might not be that, bro. With the inclusion of Akuma, y'all gotta understand where we're at. Yeah. If they're including Akuma, we are past that first tournament and everything. Like we are in a whole different realm.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Like, I mean, I don't know where. I mean, they don't have a lot of cartoons, but I don't know where they would be at in this story.
And my question is, are we sure that this is a movie or is this going to be a series?
Oh, that I don't know.
No, it's
a series. Oh, is it? Because I feel like
my question is this:
a lot of motherfuckers for me to understand where the story would be at. Like,
well, so my question is this, Bacardi, for you specifically, and maybe for everybody. What category do y'all put things like Twisted Metal, Fallout, the series? Like, do y'all consider that a comedy, action? I guess, what are y'all considering that? Because to me, that tone is the best tone for Street Fighter.
I look at so it's differences: action thriller, and then you have some like thriller comedies. And I think Twisted Metal is a thriller comedy because they do focus a lot more on the dialogue and the explosions, and not the necessary like landscape of it all. Where what's the other one you said? Fallout was more about the emotional connection to the environments. So just like the game, you know what I mean?
But they still had the same type of feel with like blend.
But it wasn't comedy. It wasn't necessarily comedy or like campy more than it was like occasional laugh in the midst of gore.
We're saying that's what I'm saying. I feel like Street Fighter in that type of realm of what Twisted Metal did, what Fallout did, like that. I feel like that's the best. That's the best because I don't want it to be like the most recent Mortal Kombat we got. That most recent Mortal Kombat we got, I wouldn't want that type of theme and tone for my Street Fighter.
But why? I mean, it's there.
So because I feel like with certain characters, you need some comedy to it. You need some laughter.
And that's why I said with them adding like Dan is comedy. So adding Dan, knowing Dan is in there, and Andrew shows that's comedy. So I get that you're adding the comedy to like the characters who actually is the comedy in the game. Like
that's what Mortal Kombat did with Kano. Kano was comedy from front to back. He was the relief. Him and exactly. Like their interactions between Sonya, Jax, and them, bro, that was comedy. So I get what you're saying. Like I think the thing about it is like different game franchises have to hold their darkness to a certain level. Because even like Tekken had to do the same thing where they couldn't make it super just like, oh yeah, this is all dark and it's all fighting. They had to put the family aspect in there, but that's what they wanted. They wanted it not to ever feel like this is fun loving. This is all serious. Mortal Kombat may be a little different, you know what I'm saying? But they definitely want to keep it all serious because it's about the Battle of the Realms. Street Fighter is, I think, only had comedy because you were dealing with law enforcement, military, like different people who are already this is fighting, so we're not going to be serious with our own people. We had to know about each individual group, and then when the fight happened, that's when things get serious. So
I mean, and mostly when it comes to most fighting movies or fighting games, the comedy is usually in the shit talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we said, like we're saying, like Kano was Mortal Kombat like comedy relief because he was he felt he was the bad motherfucker, so he felt he could talk shit to whoever the fuck he wanted to talk to. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I said, even with Dan, like Andrew Schwartz being Dan is perfect because you're gonna talk shit and Dan ain't really beat nobody ass. You know what I'm saying? So like he gonna have his moments or whatever they put that in there where you're gonna be like, okay, this is funny. But I'm just saying, like when I say about being serious, I'm gonna say that's when you talk about the cartoons I watched, like I said, I haven't watched Street Fighter, and I don't think they made a new one that has any more inclusion of all these other newer characters that have more comic relief. So the original stories were very serious because it was just a base set of characters going against the base, you know what I'm saying, set of villains. So now that you do mix everybody where there are more characters who bring comedy variation, is like that's what. So I can understand what you're saying. Like it could flow into Twisted Metal because it's not that the show itself is unserious. There are unserious characters in the show. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, that's what I meant. Like it's when I say I wish I want a Street Fighter serious one is I do want an actual live action.
I agree.
Serious.
I would love a series. Yeah.
You said no. I'm saying a serious one. Like I know. Like I said, I would love to get a real like last. To me, the original Street Fighter was unserious, like because of the cast. Like they couldn't be serious. You know what I'm saying?
So the like you would want it to be like actual like Fight Club, like or
fighting, bro.
Like blood sport, like that's the level of seriousness.
Yeah, like I feel like to have a movie like Street Fighter, even if you're gonna always have different variations of it, someone should dive into making a real. Like, let's grab some real martial artists from across the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make a real, because you could find people that can kind of fit these roles in the martial arts world. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody who is a DJ. There's somebody who, like, you know what I'm saying? That we just need y'all to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and really have real fights. Because that was really one, if you think about what's not being shown in Street Fighter in most cases, is the point of Street Fighter with so many fighting styles fighting each other to be the top fighting style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the purpose of Street Fighter. In the movies, there was a secret organization in Bison that was just doing shady shit. And they cops and all that shit, but niggas entered Street Fighter to get to Bison. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's all about it. So it's like, to me, I would love to see an actual Street Fighter movie where you are showing a lot of these like different fighting styles really fighting each other.
The thing though is they did try to do that. They just didn't amplify. So like if you go back and watch them, they would say like E Honda, he was the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yokozuna in his day, but he was a cameraman.
Say it again, Deuces.
They didn't announce a
he was a cameraman in it.
No, I'm saying they spoke about them, but they like when they got captured. That's when M. Bison was like, "Y'all ain't no damn news crew. Chung Lee, you're the top, lady,
He
karate champion." He gave them a rundown, but it was all covert shit, and it really is that like these are the top in the nation for their fight style, but I think, like you say, they tried to utilize the tournament as a way to get to M. Bison. They just did it wrong. But like I said, it was cocaine, bro. It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't like literally. I watched the documentary on this.
Cocaine is so crazy.
It was they wrote it to be better, but they never could film right because they said that Jean-Claude never showed up on time. So when they put stuff together, they just was like putting it together the best they could, and that's why it turned out the way that when they all cut it up, that's why it looked the way it looked.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Right. Did they say which production house is working on it? Because now the main thing that's either going, like right now I'm all in. However, if the CGI looks horrible, I'm gonna be really out because one, you got Blanca in there. That Blanca in the original Street Fighter was horrible. So I'm like, I want to see what give us a good.
I think this Blanca's gonna be fine.
But also I want to see the electrocution. I want to. Are we getting the full? Are we getting the full? Blast like what are we like? Are we seeing powers or not? Because remember in that one they went practical more. We didn't really get to see powers in the original Street Fighter.
And that's what I'm saying because like that would be difficult to do. So it's like
not really.
Like who
depends on who.
I mean, it's no back then it would have been.
Yeah, back,
like now that we got shit like the boys out. But it's all money. It's all the money, bro. The film we get will be conducive of how much money is put into the film.
I think based off of the names that they're giving, they're gonna put a decent amount of money. Legendary Entertainment is the one who's doing it. I don't think there's anything about a reported budget. Because remember, the last we had heard before they started doing the casting, it was supposed to come out March of next year. Then they took it off the release schedule and said it's postponed indefinitely. So it clearly sounds like they went back to the drawing board and are building it again from the ground up.
Maybe we got a better investment. Maybe a lot of the people that they're adding to that's actually being announced to be doing it are actually contributing to the movie.
And it just for those who don't know, Legendary Entertainment is behind the most recent King Kong movies.
Yeah, they're like their big thing is like they did Godzilla Kong. They just did the Minecraft movie.
Oh, so they got the money. So they got the
Pacific Rim.
So they do have money. Like
because I feel like somebody like I wouldn't put it back. I wouldn't put it back. Jason Momoa is an EP on here. He's gonna definitely be an EP on this after doing Minecraft and all that kind of shit. Like I feel like Jason Momoa is gonna get into his like whatever you want to call this, whatever Legendary Pictures is doing right now, which is like a video game cash grab in a sense. Like Jason Momoa, I feel like has a major part in it. You see him?
Yeah.
Like, well, he's not a part of Legendary. They've been they.
No, I mean no. I'm just as far as like even being an EP, or just like I said, the fact that you said he was supposed to be released, that was probably such a different idea compared to now. More people like, you know what, I'm actually gonna get involved and I'm gonna put more money behind this. So it's like, all right, well, we're gonna stop this all together and do a whole nother, like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's possible. When you get Jason Momoa and everybody in, like I feel like I think when you get a cast like that, them niggas starting to call it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, so they might actually got the bread to do something really dope because on their slate, they are also on slate to do the live action My Hero Academia movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't know they was doing that.
Yeah. So you got to think for them. You got to think. Look, under their belt, they did Pacific Rim, they did Doom, they did Minecraft, they did like they are leaning into the fantastical. But
I ain't gonna hold you. That might should put you a little pause on what is going to get to this film if they think it, because that means they're gonna be like, well, which of those films can we put the most money and get the most return? My Hero might be, especially right now, might be
most of the budget.
But it might not be in production yet.
I don't know. Because I'm gonna tell you right now,
this might be the movie that they use to garner more funds for because My Hero, the My Hero's not in production yet.
What I'm gonna tell you right now is I don't want it. Because if they make a My Hero trying to grab a whole bunch of random superstar actors and all that kind of shit, because I'm not here for it.
No, they got it.
That's gonna be Netflix. Netflix. You don't
want John Cena as my All Might. You don't want John Cena as All Might.
Absolutely not.
The other thing with that My Hero film though is Netflix has the rights.
Oh, so
it's for sure going to go on Netflix.
Yeah, so Netflix might have a lot more say on the casting and shit.
Right. You don't want Timothy Chalamet. You don't want Timothy Chalamet as your Deku.
No, bro. It's like, they were all kids, bro. Like they were all kids.
It all depends on how big the creator is involved. Because obviously we've seen when the creator is super involved, obviously with One Piece, how well that works. And then you've seen when the creators leave early or don't be involved at all with things like Cowboy Bebop or Avatar. So it's it all depends.
But here's the thing. This is where I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, bro. Look at all the nerd properties that they have slated on there, bro. They doing the Duke Nukem movie. They doing, like I said, Street Fighter. They doing My Hero Academia.
Real game cash grab.
Yeah,
but
bro.
How much of that is?
Hold on. Let me finish. They doing Gundam. They doing a Magic the Gathering. Like, bro, they are leaning into this geek shit. Yeah. They might got somebody over there cooking that's like, yo, we got this and we gonna do it right.
Or, which is more likely in Hollywood, they got somebody who like, bro, we could throw all this together and get some money, and all we got to do is just throw some shit together.
They track record don't give you confidence, bro.
I think
Minecraft yet? Anybody watch Minecraft?
I didn't.
I heard I did. My kids did. They liked it. They said it was really good.
Yeah, I've been hearing really good things about it.
I've been wanting to see it because I feel like Minecraft was, in my mind, I feel like Minecraft was an easy movie. I feel like it was a very heavy CGI movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it doesn't see. Okay, this is the thing. I think we're forgetting. You might not just be an audience for that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in an era where we watch a lot of this stuff organically happen. The original games drop, the original comics drop, all of that shit. We don't need live action because we saw the animation, we saw the print. This is for the kids, bro. I honestly believe, nigga, yes. Street Fighter is for the kids. This
one ain't gonna be for the kids.
I'm telling you, it's for the kids, bro. The reason why I'm saying it's for the kids, kid movies aren't like kid movies when we were little. Nigga, they cussing in kid movies. They're fighting in kid movies. It just is what it is. Like, when I say kids, I'm talking like 10 and up, 12 and up, 13 and up. They're definitely gonna make this movie for them, bro. Yeah, they're gonna make this movie for them. And
you know what?
It don't matter.
I get what King's saying, because you got to think, even like let's use the Mario movie, right? The Mario movie was definitely geared towards kids. However, it had enough nostalgia for us to appreciate. And I think that's the balance they look. They're like, look, our main goal is appeal to kids. All we got to do is get the kids to like it, singing these songs. My kids,
you know what?
All they say is peaches, peaches, peaches. But we, as the adults, we're watching it like, oh shit, hey, they what they want, they're trying to build the world of kids loving it, and then us as grown-ups leaning over like, hey, but let me tell you about what.
Yeah, we can tolerate it.
That character really is this. So y'all don't even know about this character. They want those moments of us being like, nah, see, y'all don't even know. See, that the reason why they did that, because that character used to be like they want those moments in the theater from us.
I think what's really crazy, as you were saying that, which I think that we overlook, that people, like, as we're older, especially when we, like you said, we get remakes and all these kind of things back out. When we were kids watching a lot of these things, who the actor was, who's that voice, you know what I'm saying? All these kind of things was never like important to us. No. So you may not known Jack Black or Eddie Murphy was talking. If you were a certain kid like you, I think our younger generation wouldn't know Eddie Murphy was Donkey. You just like, I like Donkey. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a kid, you're like, I like Donkey.
Yeah.
So I feel like even when you use the Mario movie in that, for example, we hated that fan was gonna be the voice.
But look who hated it.
If it's made for kids, they just like, I like Mario. Like, I just like, you know what I'm saying? I like this movie. Like, we as we've gotten older, we became, of course, more critical of the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So because it's like we know how it originally sounds in our head. Yeah. We saw and heard,
but
or, you know what I'm saying?
We're making that matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it do.
You know what I'm
saying? That's what he's saying, King. He's saying that.
Yeah, like we're not aware. Like, it's crazy that people are not aware that it's like we just actually jumped into a different area. Like, we don't know how to enjoy movies like kids.
Bro, think about it this way. I don't know if it was this for y'all, but the whole Michael Keaton is my Batman, that wasn't my that wasn't a thing for me until I got older. Like, I remember watching all those Batmans and like, oh, they got a different Batman, right?
Yeah.
But I never like profoundly been like, yo, Michael Keaton's my Batman. I never had those moments when I watched that old Mortal Kombat movie. I love that movie. I couldn't at that time. I didn't know who any of those actors was. I was just like, oh, they got the suit. Long as the suit.
All you got. They look like they. Yeah. You just waiting to see a finishing move or something to go through. Like, okay, y'all got that. Okay, yeah. like it's like the innocence of movie watching and just enjoying art in general. It fades into a different kind of area when we get older, fam, because you have so much experience in it already. That you just like.
I think you let it do that, because I honestly, so me watching a lot of movies, I think that's where I try to emphasize. Bacardi, you seen it? I just press play. I don't dig too deep in who the actors, the company who made it. I don't care about none of that shit. What does the thumbnail look like? What does the synopsis say? What is the title? Okay, all three seem okay. Press play, because at the end of the day, I can't judge a movie before I watch it. I can't go, oh man, they got Keith Urban and this other man. I don't, or Carl. I don't name to throw out. Carl, my bad. I'm thinking about
Keith Urban was crazy. Like, what type of
Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat.
Carl Urban, country singer. You cold.
Right, man. Y'all gonna let that shit go, bro. I'm like,
bro, I thought he was talking about the country. I'm like, bro, just what country movie you watching, Phil?
I mean, I will. Hey, he might be in.
Hey, Walk Hard technically is a country movie.
That is funny, but anywho, I look at it like that from that standpoint. All the movies I watch, bro, I try to do that. I try to remember. Fuck it. This is what it is. It's not going to be compared to the last one, because if I keep doing that, I'm never going to enjoy it. I'm always going to go, well, where this actor at, or where this at, or they never talked about this.
I agree with that.
I ain't nitpicking no more, bro. I'm gonna just watch and hopefully enjoy it.
That's why I always at least give it to the trailer. I said, for me, I get what you're saying, King, but a trailer will. I gotta watch that first trailer, right? And a trailer will definitely be like, yeah, I'm not. This is not for me.
Yeah. I would say the same, like,
because
at least Oh
no, I was just gonna say because at least I try not to put the actor to the person, but I at least got to give you a shot to say, well, maybe they're gonna step out their bag, maybe they're gonna show me something different. So you know, easiest Jesse Eisenberg as Lex when they casted him, I said I don't see it, but I'll give it to the trailer. Saw the trailer and I was like, man, he lucky I love Batman enough to watch this shit because that was a horrible portrayal of Lex. And so, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it is that. Sometimes it's like, let me see if they can cook, if they can get an actor bad. But sometimes them performances be so egregious, King, that you got to be like, I'm going to sit down.
But see, that's the thing. That single performance doesn't dictate the film, right? Like, I can watch a film.
Big enough?
Nah,
if
bro.
The character's big enough?
I don't think so. Well, okay, you know what? If let's just saying the main character, right? Mm-hmm. If Ben Affleck was just ass, right? Or what's his name was just complete ass, mailed it in, and you got Jesse. I mean, what's his name is Lex? Cool. This is terrible. But like, prime example, Jared Leto's Joker.
Okay.
People didn't like him. I didn't even feel like we got enough of him to not like him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I always go with that.
Yeah, like we just never got enough to be like,
that's always my hot take. That's always my hot take.
But it's the same with Lex Luthor. We didn't get enough of him to really be like, bro, you was ass as a Lex Luthor. I just don't know because you only had 4 scenes. Literally 4 scenes.
So here's my rebuttal to that, and I get what you're saying that we didn't get enough. But if your portrayal is so far wide off of anything that has made this character what this character is, then I agree. If it was side characters, when you're talking about main hero, main villain, those at least performance-wise have to. Because when they announced Jared Leto, and even when I saw that first trailer, I was actually here for Rockstar style Joker. I was like, all right, let me see what they give us. But I can only judge it based off of what they gave us. So they made the choice in Liberty to not make him a main villain in there. They made us the choice to only show us in the Snyder cut. So yeah, based off of what you gave us and everything, that portrayal was ass because you didn't allow him to cook and for me to see him take those liberties with that Joker. With Jesse Eisenberg and his Lex, even though we got those 4 scenes, they could have been a better Lex in those 4 scenes or whatever.
I agree, but I'm also
that's why I was like, it depends on main hero, main villain. That's enough to take me out. Now, if there was just really like a side character, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, then like, you can have a shitty ass performance. I'm okay with that. But main character, main villain, that's enough to get me out of there.
But my thing is like this: I don't really look at Lex was the main character. I mean, the main villain. Like, I don't think he was. I think he was a side villain to the fight. Like Superman versus Batman, those 2 niggas were the main 2. He was the assistant to Batman. Like, hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you this live that this kryptonite is out here, right? I'm gonna do that. He wasn't like even the blowing up of the courthouse. That was just a piece because even how they tried to divert it. Well, you could have stopped it. I didn't really want to. That made Superman, take the bullet for that. So it was like, yeah, I get what you're saying. And I'm not saying like I'm excusing his performance. I definitely believe they could have got a better Lex Luthor. I'm just saying, I don't think they gave us enough of him for him to be the main villain in this whole thing. He was just a side villain that was like antagonizing the whole shit. But, he never was like the nigga that they needed to kill to stop all this shit.
I just want to say that this is what I mean about the gift and the curse of experiences and just watching movies and all that kind of stuff. Because when that came out, there's definitely a 13-year-old who thinks that Lex Luthor is the best Lex Luthor he ever saw in his life.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to talk to that. I'm gonna have to talk to that 13-year-old. Like, bro, let me.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like when I say like,
that's where you gotta teach the younger people.
The reason that we can even live in the era of podcasts and people talk about shit now is because of experiences and people just like, well, I ain't like this because it's like based on the other person that did this, another person that did that. Right. Like we've lost that innocence to just watch a movie and be like, even if I know it's Jared Leto, it's like I'm trying to just see Joker. Like I'm trying to just see Joker. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, I can't because I'm seeing Jared Leto because I know who he is and what he does. With, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're seeing even when you take that in effect that the social media and just the world still affects all those. So you look at a shitty movie he did and like, and now you play a dude. I want to believe you're gonna be good at this when you're not looking at the character.
I think to Deuce's point, he said he gave it grace until he saw the film.
Right.
And I will as well. I gave it grace till I saw the film, and in both cases, one, Suicide Squad I thought was okay. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. It wasn't the best thing in the world. If we're talking Batman versus Superman, that movie was just bad. So it's like
it was cut bad. No, I agree. Look, I agree, but we all know because they took ownership and said we tried to rush shit out to match Marvel. So they just made it bad.
I can't give you grace. That means you fucked up.
No, look, listen. I'm not again. I am not saying that I'm like, oh, this movie is bad because of Lex. It was bad because it was bad all the way around.
But also, Lex was still bad in it too, though.
Of course, no.
Oh, okay.
But it's a bad movie. So how can we expect
but also
a bad cut movie?
But outside of that, also, if you listen to what Jesse Eisenberg refused to read any of the source material. Jesse Eisenberg said that this is what I think this type of character would be. So again, I get.
Are we doing that? Because y'all didn't say that about Batman.
I'm gonna say he didn't refuse.
Batman,
bro, we got it.
No. But no. What I'm saying is Jesse Eisenberg flat out said. I was not. He said when they gave me the role of Lex, they told me what comics to read, and I said no, I'm not reading those. I want to do my own portrayal. So that's why I was like, all right, if you are going to take those liberties, then this performance better be one of them ones. And so, like I said, I can only go off of what you gave us. You refused to read the source material. You gave a trash ass performance, and the movie was bad itself. So again, there's a lot of things going bad. But if I'm ISO and I'm talking about Jesse Eisenberg as an actor fucked up because of how he approached the role.
With your points, I will agree. But I'm just saying, I don't take those things into consideration when I go into watching a movie. Because I also feel like it amplifies how skewed I'm gonna look at the movie.
No, to your point, I agree with that. I won't take it into consideration prior, but when I watch it, I go, "Oh, this performance sucks."
Oh yeah, the breakdown.
I'm going back and being like, "All right, why did this suck?"
Yeah, and that's what happened. Because I didn't take any of those liberties into the movie. It was afterwards that I was like, I got to see what happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say. To be fair, I don't have a choice to take any of those because I don't look it for that before the movie. I look at all the stuff going into like the production of it after the movie. It's always that's always post stuff.
And see, that's why I said I'm only talking about. That's why I think we agree. I'm only saying I didn't think this stuff at the beginning because at the beginning I was like, I'm gonna let this nigga rock, see what he doing. Maybe it'll be different because when I think about bro, I literally always think about Zombieland, so I can't take him serious at all. But when I think about like Lex Luthor,
funny? That's funny what people's reference point. Because when I think of him, I do think of the Social Network.
The Social see.
I didn't watch the Social Network, so when I think of him, I think of Zombieland and
I like Zombieland better. I like the
Adventureland.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it was Adventureland. I think so.
Adventureland.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think of Now You See Me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I do like Zombieland over all of them.
Oh, fair.
All right. So Trip, man, what's going on in wrestling, man?
Man, well, they just did Night of Champions yesterday in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Riyadh. I think it's called the Kingdom Stadium or whatever. Like that was pretty dope. The lead up to it was hilarious. Not necessarily the backstory behind it all, with the president doing what he did and the rebuttal and all that crap, but the storylines and the promo like battles top tier. I like the callbacks between John Cena and CM Punk. So a couple of weeks ago, John Cena did CM Punk's pipe bomb. He did it to CM Punk in the same fashion that CM Punk did it to him, which was pretty dope. I mean, he repeated it pretty much word for word. It's you can go hand to hand if you want to. Which one you want to say better? Because can't really call John Cena's better because he literally did what CM Punk is doing and turned it around. But Friday, CM Punk came out dressed as the Doctor of Thugonomics.
I saw that on Twitter and I cried.
Crazy.
That was
dog,
funny.
bro. Like the type of cringe it was, like I couldn't take it serious, but I get it, you know what I mean? I'm looking at it now through, 34-year-old eyes, and looking back at CM Punk trying to portray that. I mean, that's not how John Cena looked in the moment, because John Cena had a lot more swag and coof to it, but I loved it because they're building off of that old nostalgia. This is how we bring in the old time fans, and we bring in new people, because it's still a new story to some people, right?
CM
And then
Punk looks like a dad in a Netflix show,
bro. Like that shit, he looked like he looked like Adam Sandler, bro. Like
That's
he
what-
was like
Adam
like
Sandler be on Netflix.
Right.
That was
Got the contract.
That was accurate as a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro, like you look way too uncomfortable being in, and he was trying to rap, bro. Like,
it was so funny, dog. I was in tears.
Like, bro, he was trying to put bars together, and I'm like, what killed me, and like, it's been talked about over and over, but his line was, "Tomorrow you gonna lose to Kendrick because bitch you my Drake." It's like, bro, this is not what Not Like Us was about.
And you think he wrote those lines, or they had somebody they got a writer on staff? Like, you think they got a ghostwriter on staff?
I think it might have been a combination, right? Because I don't. I feel like he probably wrote those because of how he said it. Like there was like he was just trying to find shit that rhyme, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, then I'm gonna say this.
This is hit.
You're right. And
so
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Bar.
He cool with John Cena, so I can see him saying, like, "No, I'm gonna write my own shit," because you know what I'm saying, just to mess with you and everything like that.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like John would ask, "You want me to write your like no?
I got this.
I got
Give me a shot."
Shout out to the crowd though. Like when he came out, and like when that that shit dropped, like motherfucking like the crowd went crazy, because you don't hear that song anymore. You always hear The Time Is Now. You don't hear, dog. That shit is hilarious. That shit is hilarious.
All you needed the
like,
little end in the corner, and you was like, "Oh damn,
what?" And then he had the punk, the drug free brass knucks. It's like, bro, what are we doing here? But to come out to that the Dr. Thugonomics, like just the whole aura behind it was crazy. It was crazy. And then the PLE was pretty dope. I think my favorite match might have been the Raquel Rhea Ripley. It went kind of quickly for it to be a street fight, but the avalanche riptide that she did to Raquel off of the top rope with a table,
bro, that shit was crazy. I saw that online.
It was a crazy spot. I'm like, I you got way too much faith in humanity for that table to not break in that moment for you to do that. Shout out to Jade Cargill though. Like, she is a brilliant, beautiful black nerd, man. Came out as Storm.
Snap.
Crazy.
I mean, dashed her today, boy.
Like crazy. So I'm excited for.
I need to know if she can act first before we cast her.
No, she don't need to know that.
We're gonna see though. We're gonna see, because she's
Roman Reigns is the Kuma.
Hey, I'm just saying.
We're gonna see, because she got casted with Jonathan Majors in that one film with, I think, Charlamagne the God is doing.
All right, cool. After that, we can see. After that.
The running rumor right now is Perlene from Sinners might be.
That's what I heard.
I can dig it.
Really?
As long as it ain't no girl from Wicked, I'm okay with that.
But I always enjoy. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying though, King. I want to see her as my star leader.
No,
y'all want that Perlene?
But no, I always enjoy the international crowds, man. Like they are always hot. And they give what they need. Like, shout out to Sami Zayn, like him taking in the moment for him to be there at the times that we in, and like, and the way that the crowd reacts to him and sings his songs and like gives him the love that he deserves. Is only wrestling can do that. And I feel like, because I mean, if you know, like there's like, but only wrestling can bring that type of camaraderie and unity in those moments. Like he was getting showered with love, and it's like things don't typically happen like that in the real world. So I'm excited to see Raw tomorrow and see where they go from there. And cool. The last thing is, John Cena's teasing coming back to being a babyface, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because he has been a heel since he's been back, right?
Yeah.
All right, King, man, what's going on in movies, man?
All right, so in your local movies, if you're looking for something to watch, currently we got Meg 2.0. F1 the movie dropped. I think that was last week. I know it's also on Peacock or Prime.
Meg 2.0 already?
Yeah, it Meg 2.0 is out already. Yeah.
There's like it came out a week ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are movies to go watch now if you're looking for something to go watch.
Oh, I thought you meant it was already streaming now. I'm like, no.
F1 the movie is streaming though. You can go see it in the theater, but it is also streaming somewhere.
Where at? Because that's an Apple TV original.
Yeah, it's what it is on Apple TV, but it's also in the theaters too.
I didn't know you could stream it on there.
Yeah. I was gonna watch it the other night, but I feel like I probably.
a couple movies did that like in the past.
How to Train Your Dragon, Lilo Stitch, and then pre-sales currently you got Jurassic Park, Superman, Fantastic Four, Smurfs, and a few other. But anyway, we're gonna get to the real meat and potatoes. So, like I was saying earlier, we got to talk about the critics and how they're sabotaging shows and movies, man, before they even hit.
Right.
That's not even the critics though who did it with Ironheart. That was just people.
People, right. But my thing is, it's fashionable to do it when you have films or shows that are predominantly people of color, or they try to infuse, LGBTQ and all that stuff into the cast. I think we really have to step back and stop, because we forget, man, when we be having years of bad movies, bad shows, or just no releases, like that happens. And then all we have to do is reflect on, this ain't that. When they dropped WandaVision and all of them, we spent that whole time critiquing and not realizing we're not getting nothing else. This is what we're getting. So when we get to a show like Ironheart, I think we need to really step back, man, and preserve it and look at it from a separate light instead of always, critiquing and putting it somewhere else. Let's start watching it from a very, new lens, because even everything about the series, she's not in New York. She doesn't have government assistance, right? There's nobody really helping her besides herself and her friends. So when we looking at it, man, let's start looking at it from that perspective instead of looking at it from, we got to, make her Tony Stark. We got to do this, because it's just not going to be that. And we'll miss a really good story trying to compare her to Tony Stark.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Thank you. So that's my point when it comes to Ironheart. From the rest of the series, we're going to have to start looking at it from a really open lens. And then also, I wanted to bring this up last week, but I kind of forgot. It overjoys me that they're going to drop this fall. The Last Dragon will be in theaters across the nation for their anniversary. I think it's like the 40-year anniversary of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, definitely look for that. If you've never watched it, which I don't know why you wouldn't have watched it, you should take time to go watch it, because it's probably one of the best hip hop musicals we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So, or not even hip hop, just musicals, film.
First time a nigga went Super Saiyan.
Bruh. Went complete Super Saiyan, fam.
Yeah. They're also doing that with the Spider-Mans too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I did hear that too.
Something else is also coming back. They're bringing a lot of stuff back to theaters, which I think is dope, because the movie experience is better in theaters. And I get everybody loves the comfort of being at home, but actually being in there with people, there's nothing.
I wonder how that works, because it's like they, when it comes to movie theaters, they rent the movie and all that from them. So to re-bring out an old movie, are you still making me pay premium price for something I know people like? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you're gonna pay to see the movie. But I'm sure.
I mean the owners of the theater, actually people who
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it's cheaper for every re-release. Depending on the movie. Yeah, I was gonna say
Spider-Man 2 might be full price because they're bringing that out in 4K and it's gonna be unreleased footage. So that might be a full price movie.
They trying to do a spider cut. Okay.
Yeah.
Spider
cut. Hey.
Okay.
All right, well, let's get into recommendations and wrap this up, man. I'll go first. If you haven't started it yet, Squid Games is back, and they are cooking like a motherfucker, bro. Oh my god,
yeah, bro.
The third season came out Friday. Right?
Yeah,
Friday.
Yeah. Man, bro, I was like, and I'm talking about right off the rip cooking. I said, and this is not a spoiler because the director said that hey, not every show needs to end happy. And the way that this show is going and what I'm watching, I'm like, what the hell? Like, bro, Squid Games is cooking tough. And then watch Windbreaker, man. I'm catching up on this new season of Windbreaker. Windbreaker's fire, man. Like I said, if you haven't, we've recommended Windbreaker before, but I'm just saying, like I said, watching this season 2, definitely, if you haven't tapped into Windbreaker yet, tap into Windbreaker. So those are my 2 recommendations.
I can go next. I'm gonna recommend first F1. That movie was phenomenal. I saw it this morning. It's so good. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Gran Turismo movie and how they filmed the race scenes in that. I know I recommended that here. The Gran Turismo movie, based off of how they filmed the race scenes, they did that and more with this one. The story is really good. I definitely think it's something you should go check out. Then my second recommendation is just be an anime that I know I've recommended before, but it's definitely worth going to see a second time. It's Bartender Glass of God. That's my comfort anime. I just throw it on when I'm doing stuff. So it's like, I know the story so well. So it's like, if I'm working on something or if I'm cooking, it's on as the background noise and I can stop and be like, oh man, I remember this part and watch it again. So both of those are high on my list. Like I might be getting the steelbook for F1, and I usually reserve getting the steelbook for movies I know I want to see multiple times.
I would go with I just actually finished up, which was really actually good. And I think I saw somebody even on my social media talking about it, but Lazarus on Max.
I just started that. Not at the season is over.
That was good. You know what I'm saying? And it's made from, I think, from people that did Cowboy Bebop. So it gives you that vibes in general already. You know what I'm saying? But it's more city instead of space. You know what I'm saying? But like as far as the main character and everything like that, it gives you the whole Cowboy Bebop vibes. But I think it was a really great. I personally, because the drug and I don't want to give a lot of the show, but I feel like the movie should have been called, or the series should have been called Hot Milk, which is the drug that they use, other than called Lazarus. Yeah. Like that's my.
I feel that way too.
Opinion. Yeah. From my opinion, after watching it, like I feel like that was more interesting than the group, but I actually really, really enjoyed the anime as a whole. And then my second one would be it's not really. I just randomly watched it, and I don't know why, because I actually do love that movie a lot, and I didn't realize if I really, really loved it or if I just loved it. And I just rewatched Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the movie, the live action they did.
Yeah.
I forgot that was like they unveiled like Ugly Sonic and that. Like it was so much random shit in that movie. Like, and I think the story, because I had watched it again, and I only watched this when it came out. And I watched it again, I was like, there was a reason why I really fucking loved this movie. And I was watching, and I'm like, at first I didn't like the voice like Andy Samberg and what's the name being Chip and Dale's voice. But then like after second watching it again, it was like they're the real voices of Chip and Dale. Like what we remember in cartoons was them acting as Chip and Dale. So it's like you know really looking at the movie again, like this is the actual real life behind the scenes of them, like not doing the cartoon or nothing. This is just them being actually regular chips, like chipmunks in the real world. Yeah, regular real Chip and Dale. And I had a newfound love again because you got to think of just also in that world. It was like watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit. In a sense. Like you know what I'm saying, like it was really that. Like because what I forgot was Peter Pan was cold. Like Peter Pan had me crying, bro. Like the nigga said he grew up and was like, they kicked me off Disney, so I made a bootleg movie and hit it and said I started bootlegging everything. Like that shit had me crying so much to be like this nigga, like, bro, I hit it big off the bootleg and I bootleg everything now. Like, and that's why he was a villain. But no, I would say if you ain't watched it or haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. But that's one of my. That was just something I had caught, ran again and watched again.
All right, King. Trip.
I'll go, man.
You go, King.
Okay, so my first recommendation, I think it just hit Peacock within the last week, but The Woman in the Wood and The Woman in the Yard. Really good suspense.
Is that the Woman in the Black movie?
Yes, bro.
I keep forgetting. I always call it the Woman in the Black.
I know. And the thing is, the whole time I was watching it, I kept calling it the Woman in the Black Dress, but it was the woman. It's called The Woman in the Yard, and it's a great. To me, if you're a person dealing with grief or any type of depression, this was a great depiction of what that motion is to go through. So
I give you that.
Definitely go watch that.
I thought it was going to be like more actual horror. Like the fact that it was psychological horror threw me for such a loop.
Yeah. Hey, I like the psychological horror. I wasn't fond of how they decided to end it. I felt like the ending that they took us on did not match how they ended the movie.
Right. And I agree. That is the one thing that I would say. Like the very end, it's like they just kind of like walk through it.
Yeah.
There's no dialogue. There's no, resolve. It's just like, all right, that's over. So, we good now for now. And then that's it. Like literally. So I feel it. I feel you on that. But the lead up, bro, to it was good.
Yeah.
Was definitely
yeah. Oh yeah.
They need that. We needed that.
Yeah.
And my second recommendation is really to the people who are probably just younger and don't know about it. But they're bringing out Spaceballs 2.
Yes, they are.
Spaceballs 1 is on Max right now. And when I tell you, I rewatched this show, that movie had me crying, bro, because first of all, the word I think we all use a lot that nobody know where it came from was Mog. And the way John Candy had to give us that introduction to this most famous word, like, hi, I'm a Mog. I'm a man and a dog. Nigga had me dying, bro.
Wait, before you get off of that. Yeah, and before you get off of that, we ain't seen Rick Moranis on movies in 30 years.
I was just going to bring him up.
Oh, yeah.
He coming back.
Rick Moranis, first of all, bro, much love and respect to Rick Moranis because he's a heavy part of my childhood with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Spaceballs and Ghostbusters. But the fact that somebody punched him in his fucking face, just random in LA, bro, and now he gets more love. You know what I'm saying? That right there shows people don't forget. So I'm really hoping that I don't think he even wanted to make an acting resurgence. I really think he retired and wanted to just lay low. But
he retired. He retired because his wife had passed from cancer, so he left acting to go raise his kids.
Right.
Because obviously actors takes you everywhere. And he's like, bro, they need a parent.
I gotta be here. Gotta be here. So that's what I'm hoping. If it does drag him back in, that it's like a blessing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that he's opportunity. He gets quality opportunities to where, hell, maybe they can do another Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something like that. That would be dope.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he gets the same treatment they gave Data, fam. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna bring him back, then bring him back right.
Mm-hmm.
But he gonna be cold with Spaceballs anyway. I mean, the nigga played later, so he was like, that nigga was a menace, dog. Hi, dog.
Trip.
My recommendation. They got this series on Netflix right now called Trainwreck.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about
it. Documentary series. I think the first episode the first collection was Woodstock '99.
Oh my god! Bro.
Then they did.
Thought you was talking about the Amy Schumer movie.
No, they got series.
I was like, LeBron was funny as a bitch. I was
train wreck.
You like, yeah, LeBron was funny as a bitch in that movie, dog.
No, bro, you gotta watch these train wrecks.
Yeah, the second one was Astro World.
Yeah, I would say that's the one. That's the one that got. That's the one that made the new. Like everybody was talking about the Astro World joint. I actually did a Watch Mojo list on that shit.
The Mayor of Mayhem, that shit was crazy. I just watched that one, so it's like they got some. It's a really good collection of.
Did they do the Brett Favre one?
That's not a part of the train wreck one though. Netflix did do that.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
The Brett Favre one, but that wasn't.
So the last one is the Poop Cruise.
Yep, that's the one that just came out, and there's one that's coming out Tuesday.
Okay, so they are part of that. Cause I saw it pop up for the Poop Cruise.
Oh wait, so Poop Cruise is a 2-parter?
No, there's another train wreck coming out.
Yeah, that's so like train wreck is like the series.
No, I know, but at the end of Poop Cruise, I thought they said that there was a Poop Cruise 2 coming out.
Maybe that's
or like a train wreck. Yeah, Poop Cruise 2. Maybe I gotta go back and rewatch.
I just saw that it was another train wreck coming on the first.
Did y'all watch the Poop Cruise one?
I didn't see that one.
Next. That's what's next for me,
bro.
The one that's coming up on Tuesday is the American Apparel one.
Oh, okay. Nigga, watch the Poop Cruise.
Yeah, that's when
I tell you that, and this is the thing.
You said Poop Cruise so much in the past 5 minutes,
bro. It's the title. It's the title. It's Poop Cruise.
It's just hilarious.
This is the thing, though. This happened in 2011, and
I remember when it happened.
Again. No, it happened again though during COVID. But people, bro, my personal thing is like, and maybe this is just personal. I don't do cruises. I'm not doing no.
Thank you. I agree with you.
Calm down.
I
want to do
too many
so bad.
No, I won't be there.
Nope.
You have fun.
Good, bro.
They have a
Matter of fact, we did have this conversation
We
because you said that you was the one nigga like, no, we get it. We gonna all go on a cruise. This will change your mind.
You gonna have a cardboard cutout.
No, it will, because let me tell you why. Because this what they like. The response from the company is what fucked me up. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'm just gonna let you know now. When
that's
you
one
hear,
company, there's more than one company.
Nah, bruh. This was like
my feet ain't supposed to be on no boat for that long. I can get you. I go on a boat in the middle of Lake Michigan. We fine,
but not for 3 days.
I want to do a cruise.
Yeah. Comic-Con. They have a Comic-Con cruise coming up next year in February.
And guess who will not be there? Me.
I mean, the day's long.
Yeah, it's days long.
It's like they did like 7.
I think
it's 3 days. It's 3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
Okay, yeah.
See, that sounds perfect for me.
That's 3 days too long.
But see, you gotta watch. Why you gotta watch Poop Cruise? Because these people, they were on day 2 or day 3 when shit just went all crazy.
Literally,
and there was nothing nobody could do because they were just in the middle of the Gulf.
Man,
hoping that guy pushed them somewhere.
I mean, that's unfortunate, but that's not going to change me from wanting to do a cruise. I'm letting you know.
I'm about to watch this and feel vindicated.
Word.
I've always been a little shaky about cruises, but I would definitely need to know the actual percentage of how many like cruises do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? For real.
I will pass.
That's how I felt about watching when I watched Woodstock 99, and then what was it, day 2? They were like delving into the shit mud. I was like, yeah, see, this is why I don't like do like overnight festivals, because
I've done it.
Why is y'all diving into this shit mud?
See, but that's the thing.
Now I'm finna sound like
festival. Don't sound appealing.
Now I'm finna sound like deuces. Look, I've done an overnight music festival. That was that festival. I've done an overnight festival. They were in a very bad state. Like they were crazy. They were doing too much. There was a lot of drugs. I disagree. My feet could be in the air on water.
Right.
You crazy? You really crazy because the feet. At least on the boat, you got feet on the ground, on the water, but you just got feet.
My feet on the ground in that plane. My feet on the ground in that plane.
If your bottom fall out, you got ground, nigga. Like it's just air. Like
and my last recommendation, it just, as always, go consume some type of professional wrestling, whether it's WWE, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, and local indies. Just go get some type of wrestling in your life and find something to fall in love with.
in the
on the water
world,
swiper.
in the wrestling world as well. If you haven't, check out the John Cena interview on Breakfast Club. That was a really good interview, bro.
Yeah,
I earned a lot of respect for John Cena after that interview. I ain't even gonna hold you.
John Cena is a really well-spoken individual. Like, you know, he is very conscious of, you know, himself and the things around him and how he fits in the world. So it's always nice to, you know, to get that inside, you know, track in his mind when he speaks. So
yeah, that was a cool ass white boy.
Like, yeah, that was a really dope ass interview. OG recommendation, man. I'm gonna ISO Bacardi on this one, man. Bacardi, what's going on with our merch store, man?
Oh, we know what's going on, bro. You know, Bacardi just hit his hat arc. You know what I'm saying? As you know what I'm saying? So we out here, you know, it took me a minute, but I got about 40 plus different designs for Geekset, for Geeks, for Black Geek Documentary, for Do What You Love, just like hats galore. There's a buy one, get one sale going on right now on the hats and the spring collection. Spring collection is still been going on, so you can still grab you a lot of designer shirts throughout the website. I have really enjoyed people who have been making purchases already as it is. I'm about to get on my bag and start y'all can really hate me on social media. I've been working on a lot of commercials, a lot of shit I've been putting together. So I'm about to flood y'all. So before y'all get flooded, just go flood the website now and just buy what y'all gonna buy. You know what I'm saying? Because it only gets better from here. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. So again, OG recommendation, man. Go to the Geekset podcast. Go to geeksetpodcast.com. Go to the merch. Go get your shop on. Also, Didge, I saw you, man. You had a little project this weekend helping out with one of our Geekset members, man. What's going on?
Ooh, yes. Yase obviously cannot make it here, but please go to the Geekset podcast page and take a look at their review of Sengoku Dynasty. It is I won't necessarily call it survival. It's like a base building game that allows you to take foot in obviously Sengoku Japan. So it's I was watching some of their gameplay. It's the game itself looks so beautiful, but like I said, you're building your own village. You are once you built the village, you're protecting it from like raiders and stuff. There's a new update for the game that they have yet to be able to play, but like they were able to at least do some initial stuff with it. So please go over to the Geekset podcast page, take a look at that. There'll be more reviews as they have so many games that they have been playing. And now we're finally going to start talking about it.
Yes, sir. And like I said, and if you're going to be at DevCon or Gamescom, make sure you reach out to Yasa. They are going to be there, repping Geekset out there, holding it down. So we're excited. Like Trip said in his post a couple of days back, if Booked and Busy was a podcast, it'll be this podcast because we are staying at doing events and popping up. Like I said, so go to our website, man. One of the best ways to support us, go to patreon.com/Geekset. Join our Discord. There's a whole bunch of dope people talking dope shit. And then also, man, check all of our past episodes and our past interviews. I have been uploading one-on-one with Deuces on my Young Deuces page. So if you go to youtube.com/Young Deuces, I'm re-uploading everything. It's crazy how a re-upload like reinvigorates the hype around things, because I've been getting a lot of good feedback around interviews because I'm leading up to my new season and everything like that. But like, bro, like I haven't really even been promoting that the videos are there, and I'm getting crazy views over there. And it's like, what the hell is going on? This is crazy. So, what I'm saying? Just go, check out those past interviews and get ready for the new season. But and go to our social media, follow everybody. Like I said, King is doing more movies. Trip is giving you more wrestling hot takes and wrestling points. Bacardi and Didge, they are really leaning into their streamer bag. So make sure you just tap into their Twitch. Like I said, say they stream probably multiple times a week. Tap in with them, view with them, be a part of their community as well. And then,
I'll be twitching tonight. Come and join me.
If you're here, man, like I said, jump on over to Twitch.
I'm definitely be twitching tonight too.
All right, listen, it's a battle of the Twitches.
You jump this arena? Oh no, you don't.
I'm finishing out. I'm gonna finish out Expedition.
Right.
I will also want to say it warms my heart that I saw King was on GTA a couple of days ago.
Oh yeah, I'm twitching that. So I think I twitch that a lot. I just don't promote it like I should because I'm trying to build my gang up. And when I build my gang up, I'm out here. You know what I mean? We doing heists, we selling drugs, we doing it all on the game. On the game.
Yeah. For those, like I said, the fleet, we coming back, man. We gonna be doing a collection of WWE 2K and PGA. We added those to the fleet schedule. So when I'm twitching, it's either going to be GTA, PGA, or WWE. But as always, man, this is the only podcast that
playing golf, nigga. You know.
Yeah, that's our beach day. When we done robbing banks and doing gang shit, we gotta have a relaxed day. So we go play some golf. But as always, man, this is the only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together, and we are out.
Peace.
The one thing that I absolutely love about the culture is that it's still embedded in Black culture.
White geeks still rock Dunks or Jordans, and they also talk about Batman versus Superman. Batman versus Superman is literally Brown versus Jordan.
Dragon Ball Z, that like my whole trajectory in life changed. Don't nobody talk to me. My shit is on.
We just finna experience it. It look like it's gonna be real deep.
Oh my God, this is crazy. The elevation from where King Vader started to now fucking crazy.
Black geek culture helped me through some of the highs in my life, through some of the lows in my life. It's always been there, sort of like an undercurrent to everything that I did.
There was no term for it. It was just, this is what I'm doing.
I love us in it. I love the fact that we take things and we always make it better.